let's get started with some baseball. So I haven't forgotten about 1893 or anything like that. Just again, feeling more action PC tonight. And so this is going to be one of the last few broadcasts we'll be doing with Action PC Baseball 2024, as the 2025 version, is due out, I believe, Wednesday. So what day is that? Wednesday. What day? So yeah, I think it's the 18th, 17th or 18th, whichever. And as I promised, once that is, I've got it installed and everything like that, we'll take a good first look at it. I'm sure other guys out, Red Sox fan and Bernie Strom, probably Steve Tate and other people. So you're going to get a lot of Action PC Baseball coming up over the next few days. But yeah, we'll get back to 1893 soon. Just I'm just so in love with this decade team set. This was a subset of the of the baseball history collection. This was a subset back in 2017. So hopefully Dave Cook will and the next iteration of this, he really needs to re-release this. This is really kind of amazing. Don't forget, if you pre-order Action PC Baseball 2025, so you will also get, it'll be a product, a $25 product that's releases on its own on New Year's Eve. It's baseball's top 1,001 individual season performances. So it's 1,001 players at their best season and career. And that's a $25 value. If you pre-order the game, any version of the game of Action PC Baseball, you get that for free. What a deal, man. This is why, I think it's really, really important. We support pretty much, these, I guess anybody that makes a baseball game, whether digital or cards and dice, is a small developer. I mean, even companies like Strat, they're nowhere near the size of mainstream game developers. So always good. That's why one of the reasons I love pocket pennant run baseball. It's two guys, Craig Harris and Matt McKeever. Action PC. It's done by Dave Cook and all that. There's really I guess there's one person that really does this game, and he does football, and somebody else does hockey, whatever. Out of the Park Baseball is still, there's again a small developer. So support these small developers. Always good stuff. All right. What do we have on tap tonight? So also, Al Red Sox fan has been doing a 1976, a bicentennial tournament thing on using Apple cards and dice. So definitely check that out. It's really, really, really good stuff. All right, so the other night we played a game, and it was the 1950s decade versus the 1970s, and the 1950s just did a walloping, winning that game 10-2. And we're going to have another look at that box score and what happened. Just the 1950s just coming out. So, the game started off promising, first inning. So 1950s scored 2 runs in the top of the first. 1970s answered with 2 in the bottom of the first. That's all the 1970s would get, though. The 1950s scored another 2 in the third, 2 in the fifth, and that big 4-run seventh ended up to be a 5-hitter pitched by Robin Roberts, picking up the win. Hey, there's Cousin Ken. What night was this game? It was the night, I think then when you came in, we did the 1900s versus the 19th century. So this was the first game, and then you came in. It's like, let's do another game. So I haven't forgotten about 1893. I was just studying some Magic all evening, and this game is a little bit easier to broadcast than Out of the Park Baseball, since my mind's kind of cooked. So, and besides, this can be one of the last streams of Action PC 2024 until the new one comes out. So good to see you, cuz. And I'm glad you're here, because now I can do the game that I think you would be more interested in. So tonight, we are going to do the 1920s versus the 1910s. So this should be a lot of fun. Let's look on who's first, who's on this 1920s roster. So we're going to see some of the people. We're going to see Hack Wilson, Babe Ruth, well, I don't know whether it'll be in the starting lineups, but anyhow, Hack Wilson, Babe Ruth, Rogers Hornsby, Goose Goslin, Bill Terry, Kai Kyler, Bobby Veach, Ed Roush, Pie Trainer, Max Carey, George Sisler, Frankie Fresh, Joe Sewell, Dave Bancroft, Willie Cam. So all those names, we finally hit a non-Hall of Famer, Willie Cam. We have Hank Severide, Steve O'Neill, Muddy Roll. So tough as far as pitchers go. Babe Ruth, of course, also in this decade is a pitcher. But Stan Kovaleski, who's our starter tonight, Carl Mays, Epper Rixey, Wilbur Cooper, Red Faber, Dazzy Vance. Again, Babe Ruth, Dave Danforth, Wilcie Moore. Wilcie Moore was part of that Murderers Row squad. The pitching staff, Ray Culp is in here, Alan Russell, Huck Bettis, Dutch Ulrich, Jake May, and Joe Pete. Yeah. Now, for the 1910s, these guys are tough. All right. So looking at some hitters here, we got Sherry McGee, Sam Crawford, Chief Wilson, Home Run Baker, Ed Conachi, Larry Doyle, Ty Cobb, Shoeless Joe Jackson, Red Smith, Howe Chase. I mean, Eddie Collins is on this team, Ray Schock, Red Smith. We got Walter Johnson, Grover Cleveland, Alexander, Ed Walsh. You've just got those three guys just as pitchers. But why not add some insult to injury and throw in Eddie Seacott as well? And I mean, this is just, it's going to be fun. So yeah, they're both stacked. So I'm playing all these games right now just using neutral park factor. So League Park in Cleveland, basically, I mean, you might see some high doubles or something like that, but every team is just playing in this park. So, all right, let's get to it. And we're going to put the 1910s decade on Human Manager. Let's do this. Saturday night, late baseball. Absolutely, cousin. Absolutely. It's kind of a, yeah, it's a custom on this channel. How about it? All right. Let's go. All right. So we'll give Cousin Ken the honor, if he wants every once in a while, of yelling up for a play or something. We're going to go ahead and let the computer pick both lineups. Yes, over the limit. Really looking forward to next week and the release of the new version of this. Oh, man, this is going to be a fun game. And, yeah, wow. So interesting to see Max Carey down in the 5 slot, starting Hornsby. I probably would put Hornsby down at 5 and Max Carey at 1, but we're just gonna let the computer do what it's doing. But they've still got a tough bench here as well with Goslin, Terry, Kyler. Anyhow, let's get into it. And again, please don't be insulted, folks. I'm gonna cut the national anthem short because it's not the whole thing anyhow, right? All right. All right, here we go. And let's look at the starting defense here for the 1920s decade. In left field, we have Sherry McGee. In center, the Georgia Peach, Ty Cobb. In right, Chief Wilson. Chief Wilson had that great season with the Pittsburgh Pirates where he hit just a bucket load of triples. From first to third, we have at first base, Ed Conachi. At second, Larry Doyle. At shortstop, Donnie Bush. At the hot corner, Frank Home Run Baker catching Ray the Cracker Schock, and on the mound, the great Irish tenor and spitballer Hall of Famer Ed Walsh. And Robert joining us here. Welcome in RJO Network. This is Live and Let Die. Paul McCartney, it definitely counts. Will Swingle joining us. Says he just pre-ordered the 2025 version. You've only played Out of the Park Baseball and Digital Diamond. Looking forward to this. Well, I'll tell you what, man, Out of the Park Baseball is awesome, as is Digital Diamond, and you're going to have a lot of fun with this. And so, Will, I don't, since you keep your eye out too, December 31st, you get, because you pre-ordered the game, you're also going to get the baseball's top 1,001 individual seasons, so 1,001 players with all their great best seasons. And yeah, good. Robert also pre-ordered a game, so look out for that, guys. That's a $25 product Dave's throwing in for pre-orders of the game. Plus, you get a discount on the pre-order. So it's really a no-brainer. This looks to be before we get started in the game here, this looks to be a big update year for Action PC Baseball. It seems like big updates and then smaller updates. So they're promising this year a major upgrade to the chalkboard, which I'm really looking forward to. I mean, the chalkboard is good, but they're looking for a lot more. But there's a lot of other nice additions to the game that are going to be really, really good to help you deep dive. For those of you new to Action PC, if you're not crazy like me and you've just bought every season over the years, or if you have the money to go all at once, the $500, you just want to go a little bit at a time. Another product that I two products I strongly recommend for these for this game to really get you into it even more. I mean, I know you get some classic past seasons with it, which is really nice. One is called Baseball's Top 160 Teams. With that, you can just imagine the possibilities. But the other one is the Baseball History Collection. Now, don't confuse that with Baseball Complete. So Baseball Complete is every season. You can buy that all at one go. But Baseball History Collection is a huge database. It's every retired player in baseball. And Dave updates that every year, sometime around anywhere from opening day to all-star break time, whatever. And the possibilities are truly, you would need probably like, I don't know, a trillion lifetimes. So there you go, guys. All right. So Rogers Hornsby is going to lead things off here for the 1910s. And we are ready to go. Hornsby leading off for the 1920s. All right, Big Ed Walsh ready to go. And here is the pitch. Hornsby connects, fly ball center field. Cobb on his horse back and pulls it in for out number one. Yep, I know you do, Robert. So you're like me. You're like me, man. Jeff Hunter, hey, welcome in, man. Yep. So Robert, I don't know whether you probably did like so many of us did and just bought seasons like over the years for this thing. And you know what, ran into the four figures with what I've invested in this game. But I'll tell you what, I don't regret. I would do it all over again. I would just do it all over again. Yep. So Ken Castro, who's also our great dead ball color man and 19th century color man, says that Ed Walsh was the last pitcher to win 40. Urban Shocker says, oh, my Pirates are champion. Oh, yeah, baby. The Pirates in 1919. Pirates in 1919, they're still a few years away from. They're kind of on historically in 1919, kind of on a downward slide. In the 20s, the Pirates would make their comeback, but awesome. So playing the St. Louis Browns, and that St. Louis Browns team of 1919, Robert, I'd mentioned in your chat the other night, that Browns team of 1919 basically is the foundation for that crazy powerful 1922 St. Louis Browns team. So a project that I have to get back to again. I haven't forgotten about, guys, but yeah. So Robert has every season with this thing too. So yeah, how about it? Robert doing some dead ball. I'm glad to see. For a while, I was kind of like the dead ball baseball guy, right? But I'm so happy to see other people do it. You know, Bernie Strom has gotten into dead ball baseball and loves dead ball. Robert doing some. I've seen Al do a little bit of dead ball here and there and stuff like that. So I'm glad you guys are helping us to remember these great heroes of a bygone day. And speaking of great, here's one of the greatest of all time, George Sisler. George Sisler, who's on that 1919 St. Louis Browns team. This guy is tough. He beats me anytime I've got to manage against him. Computers are managing both teams here tonight, but man, Sisler going way back. I'll tell you a little story about George Sisler a little later in the broadcast. My university days in a league that we used to have, friends of mine and I. George Sisler, what he did to me. All right, Walsh deals. Full count on Sisler. Sisler draws the walk, and they were playing in, and Sisler just didn't get one to put down to bunt. So Sisler, pretty good speed. So the battery of Walsh and Schock will be watching as some scrub here from Baltimore, Maryland steps in the left side of the plate, batting in the third position, Babe Ruth. Walsh checks Sisler at first. Sisler does have speed, but will they want to take the bat out of Ruth's hands? Let's see. Walsh deals. There goes George Sisler. Throw down, and this one gets by Bush. It's short, and that's going to be a stolen base for George Sisler and an E2. So on Ray Schock, what I'm hoping with the chalkboard is they can kind of switch up the animation a little bit. I mean, I know it's nothing big, but you can usually tell when the ball is going to get past short or second into center field on a steal. So hopefully that'll be one of the improvements that they do. But again, still fun. So George Sisler now just 90 feet away. Ruth back in the box. Here we go. And here's the swing, and a big swing and a miss. And Ed Walsh dropping a big old hammer on Babe Ruth. So 2 down now for Bobby Veach, Detroit Tiger great Veach. Walsh steals 2-0. Veach swings, base hit, lined into left. Sherry McGee up with it. George Sisler trots home. In the 1920s, get the first run of the ball game. Aaron Reed joining us. How about it, Will? He says they should consider trading Ruth. He's overrated. I know he's a damn scrub. Ken Castro says Chris Van Der Ahe, original owner of St. Louis Browns, right, cousin? Damn right. So, oh my God. So, guys, you gotta. So, Ken, thank you. I always like to recommend books. You got to read, gentlemen, you got to read The Summer of Beer and Whiskey. And it is about the founding of the American Association. And you will meet Chris Van Der Ahe. You will meet some of these great characters. And the book's written by Edward Acorn, who also, he's a fantastic baseball journalist who also wrote 59 and 84 about Old Hoss Radbourne. One of my favorite modern baseball authors, Edward Acorn, along with Joe Posnanski. But the Summer of Beer and Whiskey, it's well researched. But you know what? The Acorn's writing is so lively and so fun, and you're going to get to learn. You're going to get to know these great characters. That Acorn argues may have actually saved baseball. So check it out. It's called The Summer of Beer and Whiskey. It's good stuff. Yeah, they were called the Browns because of the color of the beer. His brewery. Absolutely. Exactly. So, and Ken knows, well, hey, you know what? Tell him I love his books. Keep writing. So he worked in Providence. Nice. He's a fantastic writer. I'll tell you what, to me, Acorn belongs up there. And anybody new to this channel, by the way, the game is secondary. We mainly talk, but we do keep the game. To me, Acorn really is up there with the best baseball writers like Robert Kramer, Roger Angel, Charles Alexander, Roger Kahn. I mean, he's fan, and also Joe Posnanski. Those two guys are just absolutely amazing writers. And I cannot, even if you're not interested in 19th century baseball, I think The Summer of Beer and Whiskey is a fun read and a great look into one of the most important times in baseball, because this is, baseball's still evolving. Up until 1893, really, with the first year of what we call modern baseball. I think you'll love it, guys. Give it a go. I wouldn't steer you wrong. All right, here is Max Carey. He was nicknamed Scoops because of his brilliant center field play. Star center fielder for the Pittsburgh Pirates in his career, Hall of Famer. Was a Lutheran seminarian, actually, and decided to play Major League Baseball. All right, so Bobby Veach at first. If he gets going, he can steal a base. All right, 2 away. Big Ed Walsh deals, and Max Carey draws the walk. So Ed Walsh has yet to throw a spitball, his bread and butter pitch, if you will. So 2 on now, and here's Joe Sewell, another Hall of Famer. Sewell bats lefty. Ed Walsh having some control problems here. Schalk starts to go out, and Ed Walsh motions him back. So Schalk behind the plate again, and Walsh deals 3-1. He's behind Sewell. This one line to right. Chief Wilson will make the catch. So Ed Walsh gets out of it just giving up a run. On 1 hit, 1 error, and a half inning in the books here at League Park in Cleveland, Ohio. It's the 1920s, 1 and the 1910s coming to bat. Looking at the starting lineup here now for the 1920s. In left field, it's Bobby Veach. In center, Max Carey. Over and right, Babe Ruth. There we go. There's the Bambino. George Sisler playing first. At second base, the Raja, Rogers Hornsby. At shortstop, Joe Sewell. At the hot corner, Willie Cam. Steve O'Neill is behind the plate. And on the mound, a very tough Stan Kovaleski. Leading off the Georgia Peach, Ty Cobb. The great Ty Cobb. All right, Sisler playing in at first. Cam shading in at third. Looking bunt from Cobb. Kovaleski has the sign from O'Neill. 2-1 pitch. Cobb swings away. High fly ball to right. Babe Ruth back at the wall. Makes the catch at the base of the wall. So 1 up, 1 down now. And Kovaleski will face Home Run Baker. Home Run Baker bats lefty. Baker, a member of that great $100,000 infield put together by Connie Mack in the 1910s. O'Neill sets the target. Kovaleski winds and fires. 3-0 pitch. Grounded deep to short. Joe Sewell's got to eat that one. No, it is an error. So it looks like it bobbled out of Joe Sewell's glove into his hand and back. And by that time, Home Run Baker is aboard. So a runner on. And that would bring up the man who should be in the Hall of Fame. Say it all the time, Sherry McGee. Baker with decent speed at first. Good lead. And Kovaleski checks the runner, throw over, Baker dives, and just in ahead of the Sisler tag. Kovaleski now works home. McGee swings, grounder to Sisler, Sisler to Sewell, back to Sisler for a 3-6 inning-ending double play. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played one. The 1920s lead the 1910s 1-0. Van der Ahe's Stack Ale. Yeah, good stuff, huh? So I'm not sure if he's around. Been years since you heard him in the area. What a brilliant writer he is, Edward Ackhorn. Just love his writing style. It's amazing. All right, Willie Cam will be leading things off, followed by Steve O'Neill and Kovaleski. We do not use a designated hitter in this league. All right, Willie Cam, player maybe a lot of people don't know about, and we'll get back to highlighting players as well too. At some point, Big Ed Walsh ready to go. See if he settles down. 1-2 pitch, and there he comes with a curveball. So notch 2 for Walsh. 1 away, and here's catcher Steve O'Neill. Steve O'Neill, a member of the Cleveland Indians. That strong, tough. So everybody talks about the 1919 season. 1920 season, the Black Sox are still playing up until, I believe, September. And it is just a crazy tight pennant race between the Chicago White Sox and the Cleveland Indians. And then Landis dropped the hammer, and the Indians able to take the American League Championship in 1920. So, but Steve O'Neill, hell of a player. All right, Big Ed deals 1-0 pitch, and this one, big league pop up in the infield. Larry Doyle ranging out toward the shallow outfield grass, and he will glove it for out number 2. And brings up Hall of Famer now, Stan Kovaleski. Walsh deals, full count on Kovaleski, and that one, bat doesn't even come off his shoulder. So Ed Walsh looking like he should. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Your score still 1-0. And it's Larry Doyle, Ed Conici, and Chief Wilson due up. Larry Doyle batting from the left-hand side. Kovaleski deals 1-0 pitch to Doyle, bounder up the middle. Hornsby bare hands, quick snap onto George Sisler. Score that one 4-3 and 1 away. As Cousins says, got to get this 1910 team running. How about it? So the only guy we've had on was George Sisler. But yeah, we got you. Once one of the 1910 guys get on, we'll be watching very closely for you to make any signs of decisions. All right, here we go. Ed Conici now in there. Kovaleski winds and deals. 0-2 pitch. Oh, this one on the inside corner. And Conici will grab some pine. Did not like that call. Kovaleski gets it. Notch 1 for him. A strikeout. And here comes Chief Wilson. 2 down here. Bottom of the second in Cleveland. Kovaleski deals 1-2 pitch. This one ground ball up the middle. Hornsby making a great play. Ranging far to his right. Fires onto George Sisler. Tough infield. That retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 in the books here. And we got us a good one here. It is 1-0. And we're back at the top of the order for the 1920s squad. Rogers Hornsby, George Sisler, and George Herman Ruth. Hornsby's nothing for one. Fly to deep left center. Shock sets the target. Ed Walsh, the Irish tenor, lets it go. 1-2 pitch, fouled on the left-hand side. This one will make the seats. So any of you that are into like gaming, as I am, other than baseball, this park here, these were done by Gary Grigsby, right? The guy who does all the war games and stuff like that. Also a big baseball fan and quite an artist. So these are done by Gary Grigsby. So they're always fun to feature. Really like them. And when people say, "Oh, there's no people in the stands," I say, yes, they're just very short and very tall seats. But anyhow, Gary Grigsby did these ballparks. You can find them out on the internet. Some of those are beautiful parks too. He's done. All right, here's Rogers Hornsby now. He fly to deep left center back in first. And here's the pitch. Little bunt down. Shock's going to go to Doyle covering on the play. So one away now for George Sisler, who walked and stole a base. Walsh deals. Sisler swings, gets the bunt down. Konichi has to come in. Konichi will throw. And Doyle and Walsh covering. Doyle taking the throw. So 2 up, 2 down now. And here's Babe Ruth. Actually, we had nobody on base for the 1910s. That was my mistake. Baker to Konichi, close, and Babe Ruth beats it out. Babe Ruth with an infield single, and that brings up Bobby Veach. All right. So Ruth at first, and decent speed. Ruth could steal some bases. Not so successful in the 26 World Series, but that will happen. All right, Big Ed Walsh checks Ruth. 2 down here. Top of the third. Ruth going with the pitch on the 2-1. Big league pop-up out to short. Donnie Bush, former Tiger, out on the grass, waves off home run Baker, and makes the catch. And that is out number 3, my friends. We go to the bottom of the third with an unchanged score. And for the 1910s, it's going to be Donnie Bush, Ray Schock, and Ed Walsh. Donnie Bush. They're looking bunt here, so Sisler in at first and Willie Cam in at third. Kovaleski lets it go. 1-1 pitch to Bush. This one hard hit. Center field. Scoops Carey back at the base of the wall. Makes the catch. Oh, my, oh, my. Gave him something to cheer about here for a little bit. All right, here comes Ray Cracker Schock. Great defensive catcher. Many have said that Schock in the Hall of Fame. Credited with being sort of the first real, we think of catchers as kind of, in a way, being a second manager, right? Kind of second field manager. And Ray Schock, credited by many baseball historians as really the first catcher to be like that. So not a great stick read by Ray Schock, but a fantastic defensive catcher and an excellent tactician. All right, Kovaleski deals to Schock. 2-1 pitch. Schock hard hit. Willie Cam has plenty of time. Fires onto gorgeous George Sisler. So 2 up, 2 down now, and here's Big Ed Walsh. Kovaleski deals to his mound opponent. Hard hit back to the mound. Quick reflexes there by Kovaleski to fire on to Sisler for the final out. We go to the top of the fourth. It's still 1-0. So good tight ball game here. And again, remind you guys, our Red Sox fan has been doing, that's one of the reasons I haven't done any baseball past couple nights, is I saw Al was doing his 1976 bicentennial project. So, but do check that out. He may even be on now. So hi, Al, if you are. Al always comes up with some great stuff. All right, Max Carey, Joe Sewell, and Willie Cam due up for the 1920 squad. Carey last time walked. All right, Ed Walsh peers in, has the sign from Cracker Schock, toes the rubber, lets it go. 1-2 pitch. Carey swings, tap toward third. Baker up with it, throws on to Konichi, and that will take care of Scoops. 1 up, 1 down. And here's the lefty shortstop, Joe Sewell. He lined right back in the first. Sewell digs in. Walsh has the sign. Here's the 3-0 pitch. And Walsh loses him. So Joe Sewell is aboard. And here comes Willie Cam. Willie Cam 0 for 1 in the ball game. He struck out against Ed Walsh last time up. Walsh deals. 1-1 pitch. Base hit. Over short into left field. Joe Sewell will hold second. So 2 on for Steve O'Neill. Joe Sewell at second. Trailing him is Willie Cam at first. Steve O'Neill is 0 for 1, and he popped a second back in the second. So Ed Walsh looking to try to turn 2 here. Here's the pitch. 0-2 on O'Neill. Will they get it? Bush to Doyle, and a hard slide by Willie Cam will prevent the double play. Runners at the corners, 2 down. And here's Stan Kovaleski. Struck out against Walsh back in the second. Big Ed looking to end it right here, or end this inning right here. A little trouble. 1-2 pitch, and he does it. Kovaleski cut, looking. Strikeout number 4 for Ed Walsh. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's still 1-0. And we're back at the top of the order for the 1910s. We have Ty Cobb, Home Run Baker, and Sherry McGee. So again, both of these teams, all of the teams in this set are all stacked. They're ridiculous. All right, as you would expect, Ty Cobb, nothing for 1. You can see the line score. Anyhow, he flew out down the right field line. They were looking bunt. This time, they're not cheating Cobb in at all. Kovaleski deals 3-1 pitch. Cobb, routine grounder to third. Willie Cam gracefully fields it. Fires on to George Sisler. 1 up, 1 down. And it brings up Home Run Baker. Baker was safe on an error back in the first. Kovaleski sets and deals 0-1, and Baker gets the bunt down. And will they get him? They will not. Baker with good speed. Kovaleski tries to race Home Run Baker to the bag, then tries to shovel to Sisler, but by that time, Home Run Baker's already made lunch and standing on first. Now we got to see what Cousin Ken wants to do with Home Run Baker here at first. Baker, pretty good speed. Let's look at Baker in terms of stolen bases. He's got 24. Sherry McGee, let me see. He's a hit and run 5. And McGee grounded to first, grounded into a double play last time. So Ken Collin for the hit and run. So here we go. When Ken Castro is managing a game, you can always count on it being aggressive. Kovaleski deals. There goes Baker and the hit and run. Oh, great play by Joe Sewell. They do not get McGee. And wow, how about it? So Baker on a second. So successful, basically successful hit and run. But now you got 2 down, and Larry Doyle has got to make a safe hit. Doyle, nothing for 1. So perfectly executed, though. But Joe Sewell just making a fantastic play. Diving stop out there at short. I mean, he's almost on second base. Unable to get Home Run Baker, but able to get the runner at first. So really nice. And there's Clinton Parks joining us here. Welcome in, Clinton. All right, we got a runner in scoring position. 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th at League Park. Larry Doyle at the plate. Kovaleski 3-0 pitch. And now we got 2 on. And Stan Kovaleski in a little bit of a pickle here as Ed Konichi strides to the plate. Konichi is, or Konichi, I guess it is. He has nothing for 1. Struck out back in the second. So here we go. As Cousin Ken makes a good comment there. All right. Kovaleski deals to Konichi. The 1-0 pitch. This one grounded to short. Sewell will take it to the bag himself. So the 1910s decade at least break up the no-hitter, but that's all they do. We go to the top of the 5th inning, and the score remains the 1920s decade 1 and the 1910s nothing. So again, for those of you that have the baseball history collection, and if you bought it back in 2017, you have this. If you don't, let me know. And again, you know, I'm going to trust that you have it. And that's just for the people in this room because I know who you are. Okay, if you do have the baseball history collection, I can get this to you. Just I'm hoping he does re-release this and maybe update it and add a 2010s team. All right, Rogers Hornsby has been stymied here by this 1910 squad. His last time, Hornsby tried to bunt and just gave it a little nubber. Ray Schalk able to fire down to Larry Doyle covering. All right, Ed Walsh 3-0. Grounder. Donnie Bush coming in. A little slow picking up on the ball. And Hornsby, too much speed. So you're off by a millisecond, and Hornsby's going to be on. Brings up George Sisler now. Nothing for 1. Last time bunted out. I wouldn't be surprised to see little fireworks here. Sisler, a really, really good candidate for a hit and run. We'll see what the manager wants to do here. Here's the pitch. There goes Hornsby, the throw down. That's going to be a straight steal. The Raja picks up his first steal. So the 1920s with a potential second run, now in scoring position, nobody out. Gorgeous George back in the box. 1-0 pitch. Sisler swings, gets the bunt down to third. Baker's going to go to third, and they got him. How about that? So fielder's choice, great play. Wow. So just great heads up play by Ray Schalk to fire onto home run Baker to get the lead runner. So Ed Walsh now looking to turn a double here. Babe Ruth infield single his last time up, 1 for 2. Walsh deals to the Baltimore saloon keeper's son. 0-2 pitch in there at the knees. Ruth cut looking. Strikeout number 5 for Ed Walsh. We got us a ball game here, baseball fans. 2 down now for Bobby Veach. Bobby Veach, 1 for 2. He had the RBI single that scored George Sisler back in the first. It's been the lone run in this game. All right, Sisler at first, cheats off first, throws over, dives back, and he is safe. Gets up, dusts himself off. 1-1 pitch. Veach fouls this one toward the third base grandstands. Baker giving chase, but this one is going to get back about 10 rows. 1-2 pitch. Veach swings, routine grounder. Bush will go to Konechi, and that retires the side. All right, bottom of the 5th now, and it's Chief Wilson, Donnie Bush, and Ray Schalk. Yeah, it was a great play. How about it, cuz? All right, Wilson, nothing for 1. Grounded to second, back in the second. All right, Kovaleski deals. Wilson, first pitch swinging hard, hit grounder to Hornsby. Close play at first, but they get it by a Nats eyelash. So 1 up, 1 down now for Donnie Bush, who was nothing for 1. Fly to deep center. Last time up, Kovaleski deals. This time, line sharply into right past Hornsby. Base hit. Babe Ruth gets the ball back into Hornsby. So that's the second hit for the 1910 squad. Let's see what kind of... So Bush with some fine speed here. So looking over at Cousin Ken Castro. See what he wants to do here. Cracker Shock. Average for hit and run. Bush has got speed. Let's see if Cousin Ken wants to call straight steal, hit and run, or just let him roll. So Clinton watching a movie and watching the ball game, watching Person of Interest. Cool. All right. So Cousin Ken going for the straight steal with Bush. Here we go. Somehow that didn't come out right, did it? Anyhow. And there goes Donnie Bush. The throw down gets past Hornsby. And there we go. So stolen base for Donnie Bush, and Steve O'Neill picks up the E2. Second error for the 1920 squad in this game. And now the 1910 squad have a great opportunity to tie it up here. Looking at Shock, let's look at his bunt rating. He's a 6. I'm going to wait because just in case, does Cousin Ken, with the pitcher on deck, does he want to try the suicide squeeze? I'm trying to anticipate Ken here. And the reason I say that is because in our McGreevy League, he was doing double steals with 2 outs and stuff. I mean, you never know what he's going to do, and made a damn fine run of it. So I'll give him a couple seconds here. He's just saying hit away. All right, we're going to let the computer call it. Kovaleski from the stretch in the 0-1. Schalk swings, grounder to third. Cam's going to go to first. Sisler has it with a nice stretch out there, but Donnie Bush will come in to score, and the 1910s have tied it up. Base is empty now for Big Ed Walsh. Big Ed Walsh with 5 strikeouts today. He doesn't need to do anything, but he grounded out to Kovaleski his last time up. 1-0 pitch. Walsh swings. Grounder to Willie Cam at third. Close play at first. Ed Walsh beats it out for a single. How about it? The 1910s have shown up now. Ed Walsh not really a threat to steal. And, of course, every time I say that, these guys who are not a threat to steal will. Does have 2 stolen bases. All right, we're back at the top of the order. Ty Cobb grounded to third his last time up. He is 0 for 2. Walsh, conservative lead with 2 down here and 1 in. 1-1 your score. Kovaleski brings it. 1-0 pitch to Cobb. Grounder to short. Sewell will go to first. That might have been a... Oh, they do just get Cobb. Sisler with good long reach off the bag. I probably would have been going for Walsh at second, but they do just nip tie Cobb. All right, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left. We are going to frame number 6. We are knotted at 1. This is a damn fine ball game. 1, 4, and 2, and 6 left on for the 1920s. 1, 3, and 1, and 3 left on for the 1910s. It'll be Scoops Carey, Joe Sewell, and Willie Cam due up for the 1920s decade. Carey's 0 for 1 with a walk and ground out. Ed Walsh, thus far in this game, has whiffed 5. Walsh deals 0-1 pitch. Carey hits hard hit ball into left field, but so hard Sherry McGee able to get to it quickly to hold the speedy Max Carey to a long single. Here comes Joe Sewell now. 0 for 1. Walked back in the 4th. Carey, wouldn't be surprised to see him take off. Here's the pitch, and there he goes. Schalk throws down the tag, and Max Carey picks up his first stolen base of the season. Always nice to see a bucko doing some good things. Max Carey in scoring position now. Lefty Joe Sewell back in the box. Here's the pitch, 0-1. Fly ball. Center field. Ty Cobb ranges to his right and makes a diving catch. So a little delay on there, and Cobb getting to the ball. Cobb wins out here. Sunny day. But Cobb looks like he might have misjudged the trajectory, but makes a great play at the end. All right, Max Carey remains at second. Jim Caviezel. So Jim Caviezel, an interesting story about Jim Caviezel. So, of course, he played Christ in The Passion of the Christ and was so, yeah. And this has happened. A couple actors now. Jim Caviezel, this big story about him, but also the other guy, his name will come up here in a second, played Padre Pio. Why is his name escape? Because he's not a baseball player. That's why. Shia LaBeouf was so moved by playing Padre Pio, he actually converted and became a Catholic. So Caviezel talked about his spirituality being deepened. I guess when you play Christ, that happens. But pretty cool. Jim Caviezel, hell of an actor, by the way. All right. Here's Willie Cam. He is 1 for 2. Brought to you by your local Eastern Orthodox guy here, by the way. Willie Cam singled his last time up. All right. Schalk sets the target. Peers over his right shoulder at the speedy Max Carey. 1 down. 1-2 pitch. Willie Cam looks at a called strike 3. Big Ed Walsh. Still no spitball from Walsh. And that is strikeout number 6. 2 down now. Steve O'Neill, 0 for 2. Grounded to short back in the 4th. Carey leads off second. Here's the pitch. 1-2. Steve O'Neill, swing batter. That retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. A runner left on. Bottom of the 6th. 1-1. John DFW joining us here. Midlife Crisis says, welcome in, my friend. He says, frequency is an underrated, quote-unquote, baseball fan. He said, in terms of movies, Clinton, I'm in no man's land. And good morning to you. Hopefully you're doing well. And I realize it is morning. Goodness gracious. That's normal for this channel, though. All right. Here we go. Home run Baker. So the number 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the 1910s. It's going to be Baker, McGee, and Larry Doyle. So home run Baker, bunt single back in the 4th and in the 1st. He was safe on an error. So looking to get on base for the 3rd time today and manufacture something. We got us a good pitcher's duel here. Kovaleski deals 0-2 pitch, and Baker does just that all the way to the wall, and Baker will lead off with a double. So home run Baker on, and now here comes Sherry McGee. So he has grounded into a double play and grounded to short. Yeah, how about it? We've seen the sun come up on this channel. You're right about that. John says I saw an interesting quote about Roger Swarms being out of the park today. John, I'd love if you'd share it, man. So we got Midlife Crisis here. We got John DFW, Clinton Parks. As Cousin Ken says, we got the royalty here tonight and got some people watching out there. Aaron Reed is with us. Robert hanging out, man. This is awesome. Jeff Hunter stopped by. Will Swengel, welcome in. So we'll keep it rocking, keep it rolling. He says, don't forget this, Jew. Well, right, there we go. So Robert, I should clarify, I'm an Eastern Orthodox Christian, but we have a strong connection, my friend. I would never forget you. Eastern Orthodox worship, and in fact, there's a great, one of the great theologians of the modern Orthodox Church, Father James Bernstein, grew up in a Jewish household, and he had attended an Orthodox liturgy with a friend, and he said what struck him was how familiar it felt. And I have some Jewish friends. I've gone to synagogue. They've come to, so kind of cool stuff there. But I'd never forget you, Robert, no matter, even if you're an atheist, dude, you know I love you. All right. Roger says, I don't play golf. Yep. When I hit the ball, I want someone else chasing it. Love it. Midlife Crisis says, Caviezel's breakout role, he has the ability to talk to his dead father through ham radio. He talks to him about the 1969 World Series. There you go, Robert, to convince them that he is his father and he's in the future. Oh, that sounds really cool. To check that out. Just saw Dennis Quaid in a really good movie recently, too, that had to do with the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse and serial killers. Good to see Dennis Quaid back on the horse. All right. Sherry McGee, nothing for 2 as we continue. A 1 pitch, McGee bunts back to the mound, and Baker will move to third on the play. So 1 away, and an excellent chance now for the 1910 squad to go ahead. All right. So Larry Doyle, nothing for 1, walked back in the 4th. Kovaleski from the stretch, pitching 1 out. 0-2 pitch. Doyle base hit, line to left, and he's going to go for 2 as Bobby Veach gets to the ball, but Doyle with good speed cuts first really, really, really quickly, and it is 2-1. So the 1910s decade jump on top for the first time in this game. So the 1920s, just 1 run in this game. We're going to go all the way back to first. And don't forget, Action PC baseball owners, this is the only game that does this on a line score, and I love this. So that's when Bobby Veach had the RBI single that scored George Sisler. So when you mouse over these, as long as you have this set to do this, it would tell you what happened in every inning, which is really cool. All right, Ed Kenichi is nothing for 2, grounded to short last time. Kovaleski peers at Doyle. Doyle out there at second base. Good speed. By the way, another quality of life change or big change coming up to this is expanding more. There's going to be more stuff with the baseball cards in this game, so looking forward to that as well. All right, Stan Kovaleski deals full count on Kenichi, and Kenichi looks at a called strike 3. Nice fastball there coming in by Kovaleski. So 2 down. Doyle remains at second. Here's Chief Wilson. So Owen is nothing for 2. He is grounded out to Hornsby twice. Kovaleski 3-1 pitch. Wilson grounds it to Sewell this time. Close play at first, and they're going to get Wilson by a blade of grass. But 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the top of the 7th inning. The 1910s lead the 1920s 2-1. So Will says, yep, Frequency's a great movie. I'm going to have to check that out. I had no idea. His Midlife Crisis talks about this, and he says that his father was a firefighter, and he plays a cop, figuring out that his father died from mysterious circumstances. Oh, that sounds really good. It's okay if you're not Jewish. Nobody's perfect, says Robert. Yeah, you're right about that. Only God is perfect. We can agree with that. All right. Stan Kovaleski, nothing for 2. It's going to be the 9-1 and 2 hitters due up for the 1920s. Kovaleski, Hornsby, and Sisler. Look for a return to 1893 soon, guys. Very, very soon. All right, because that's going to be a fun project, really fun project. All right, Ed Walsh deals 0-2 pitch. Kovaleski cuts and misses. Strike 3. Walsh has fanned 8 in this game. Back at the top of the order now for the Raja. Infield single back in the 5th. Walsh ready to deal to Hornsby. 2-1 pitch. Hornsby swings. Hard hit ball to center field. Cobb back on it. This one off the wall. Hornsby's going for 2. And that is a 1-out double for the Raja. So Hornsby with decent speed. And here comes George Sisler now. Nothing for 2 and a walk. Walsh deals, 1-2 pitch. Sisler swings. Grounder. Oh, diving stop. Kenichi races Gorgeous George to the bag and beats him for the out on the play. Hornsby moves to 3rd. Great play, however, there by Ed Kenichi. All right, Babe Ruth 1 for 3. He has struck out twice. Best he's done so far with the wicket in the pill is a single on the infield, baseball fans. All right, Schock sets the target. Ed Walsh from the stretch and the pitch. 3-2 to Babe Ruth. And Ruth, big strike 3 called. All right, 7th inning, stretch time. It's 2-1. So, John, interesting you bring that up about Christmas and Hanukkah beginning in the same day, starting the same day this year. So, in the Orthodox Church, we go by the Julian calendar, lunar calendar, whatever. So, on that calendar, Christmas is January 7th. But what's really interesting, of course, is the central feast in Christianity is what Western Christians call Easter, and we Eastern Christians call Pascha. So Western Christians, their Easter is based upon the Gregorian calendar, but ours is closely tied with the Jewish feast of Passover, which, of course, Christians, we do commemorate, we do observe Passover, not in the same way, but I mean, we do remember it, I guess. And so every once in a while, Easter and Pascha, which both celebrate the resurrection of Christ, fall on the same day, but it's very, very, very unpredictable. But I'm trying to remember the last time that Christmas and Hanukkah happened at the same time. I think it's really cool. So maybe we should do a Christmas Hanukkah baseball special. Who knows? And D. Scott Howard is joining us here. As Clinton says, we have to forgive Ken about movies. He said he's been isolated. The last movie he saw was The Kiss, a one-reeler made in 1894. And he says Cousin Ken saw the premiere. All right. So Donnie Bush, Ray Schock, and Ed Walsh due to bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Donnie Bush is 1 for 2, singled. Stan Kovaleski in the game thus far is only fan 2, but both these pitchers got a good close one here. 1-2 pitch. Bush. Oh, my goodness gracious. Swing and a miss. So Kovaleski comes with a heat, 1 down. And there's our Bronx hot dog salesman. All right, and here's Ray Schock. So he grounded to 3rd back in the 5th, and that scored Donnie Bush. And that tied this game 1-1. Kovaleski deals a 1 pitch. Schock sends this down to 3rd. Willie Cam, plenty of time. Fires on to Gorgeous George Sisler. So 2 away now for Big Ed Walsh, his last time up. Infield single. Kovaleski deals 0-2 pitch. And this time, let's just call it a strikeout. Swing and a miss. We go to the top of the 8th. The score, the 1910s 2 and the 1920s 1. Good ball game. Ed Walsh versus Stan Kovaleski. Walsh at 118 pitches. He's good for about 200 more. Yeah, so Will saying he thought that Ruth would get the clutch hit. Bummer. Yeah, Ruth is funny in these baseball games. He really is. Let's see. When does Sisler come up? I'll tell you about George Sisler. So when I was an undergraduate, a bunch of friends of mine and I, we created a baseball league of all-time great players. But the thing was, so this was like, 1990s, right? So no internet invented yet to speak of. And so we literally we created a schedule, and so we take our PCs to who's ever dorm room or flat or whatever, whoever was the home team. So it so happened that I was the home team. A friend of mine had George Sisler, and I had been trying to get George Sisler off him. Didn't happen. So I thought, okay. I have Christy Mathewson on the mound, bases loaded, 2 down, and I'm thinking Mathewson is going to get Sisler. But knowing Sisler's history against me and every damn baseball sim I play, if he's on the other team, he kills me. And I'll be damned. Mathewson lets one go, and I mean, Sisler bombed it, and that digital ball never landed. Grand slam. And I mean, George Sisler, doesn't matter. Every baseball sim I've ever played, out of the park baseball, baseball for Windows, this one, digital diamond, diamond mind, you name it. If I have to play against George Sisler, he kills me every single time. So I had to share my George Sisler story. He's one of my favorite players of all time. Last time Christmas and Hanukkah were on the same day was 2005. Prior to that, 1959, 29, 1910. So, wow, it's only happened once in my lifetime. Yikes. That's pretty wild. Okay. Ken says, hoping for someone makes bats for pocket pennant run. Oh, so Ken, I got to show you something here, don't I? Give me a sec here, guys. A little break in the action as we jump into pocket pennant run. And Ken, for your viewing pleasure, I've got the Braves done. So there they are. These are the Bats Braves. So when they're done, you get a copy. How about that? So got it. The Braves are done. I'll have the National League done first, of course. So, boom, there you go. All right, let's close this. All right, back to Action PC Baseball. Maybe we'll do a game in Pocket Pennant Run after this. All right. Bobby Veach is 1 for 3. 2-1 your score here in the top of the 8th. Nobody out. Bobby Veach. RBI, popped to short and grounded to short. Ed Walsh deals. 1-0 pitch, solidly stroked into right center field. Chief Wilson will get to that ball before Ty Cobb. And Bobby Veach is aboard. Oh, you bet, cousin. You bet. Clinton, you would have to argue with Appa. You'd have to argue with Appa on it, but sure. Anybody that has pocket pennant run, let me know. And I'll put it in the Ned McGreevy Discord once it's done. All right, here's Max. And I actually can show you guys how to do it, how to bring in players. It's super, super simple. All right, here's Scoops now with Veach aboard. Singled his last time up. Walsh deals. Carey swings. And Doyle and Bush converging. But Larry Doyle calling off Donnie Bush. And the Keystone Sacker brings it down, out number 1. And here's Joel Sewell, nothing for 2 and a walk. Veach at first base, decent speed. Potential tying run aboard for the 1920s decade. Walsh throws over. Veach dives back. Close call over there. Kenichi with a good sweep tag, but Veach getting the hand in. Schalk sets the target. Walsh deals. There goes Bobby Veach, hit and run. Grounded back to Walsh. He'll go to Kenichi. And Veach moves to second on the play. And here comes third baseman Willie Cam in the number 7 slot. He has struck out twice and has a single. Schalk out to have a little chin wag there with Walsh back behind the dish. 0-2 pitch. Cam will foul this one right-hand side. Wilson in foul territory. This one's going to bounce into the stands. All right, Willie Cam back in the box now. 0-2 pitch. Veach on the move. Base hit right field. Veach is rounding third. Willie Cam will pick up the RBI single. And this game is tied here in the top of the 8th, 2-2. We got us a barn burner. And hey, Mike joins us and decided to take a look at Sisler in your current out of the park game. That's in the 1937 season. Sisler is a great player, man. What a great player. So good to see you, Mike. Haven't forgot about having you on here. I'm thinking with the craziness of the holidays, maybe we can start scheduling some deep dives. And I know you want to start your league as well, maybe after the new year, sometime in January. So I think with Christmas and as we've been discussing, Christmas and Hanukkah following the same day this year, the first day of Hanukkah is on December 25th, and the first day of Christmas is on Christmas, the 25th, as it is always every year. So Christmas until Epiphany. So good to see you, Mike. All right, Willie came aboard. So guys, this is Mike Garlon, who's done some great mods for Out of the Park Baseball that I've been featuring on here, and we're going to continue to feature when I'm talking about going back to 1893. That's using his integrated mod. So Sisler Real, 340, 370, 468 with 375 steals, 179 caught stealing. Out of the Park results. And for people that knock Out of the Park Baseball, here, smoke this. 346, 392, 480 with 360 stolen bases, 161 caught stealing. So people talk about Out of the Park Baseball not being terribly accurate. Yeah, it is. It is. It's. And Mike was explaining one night on the channel about how good Out of the Park is and why its accuracy is that. So I sometimes feel like a voice crying in the wilderness, but thank you for that, Mike. Yeah, right. So not as much in his later years, but I mean, oh my God, what a great player. All right, here we go. Bottom of the eighth now with 2 outs, and Steve O'Neill is 0-for-3 in the ball game. Cam cheating off first. Ed Walsh checks the runner. 1-2 pitch on the way. O'Neill clubs this one to left. McGee back, and in the glove. But the 1920s manage a run on 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the eighth. We are knotted at 2, and we will see the number 1, 2, 3 hitters. Ty Cobb, Home Run Baker, and Sherry McGee do up. He did win 3 consecutive MVPs in the league from 1917, 18, and 19. I would expect nothing less of the great George Sisler. I believe elected to the Hall of Fame in 1937. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Sisler was class of 37. All right, Ty Cobb, 0-for-3, so a lot of people watching this game, or will be watching it later, expecting a lot of things from Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb. Not in this game. All right. Sisler and Cam playing in, looking for Ty Cobb to get something going here in the bottom of the eighth. A little bunt. Kovaleski deals 0-2 pitch. Ty Cobb, and this one just nips the corner, and Ty Cobb strikes out. All right, Home Run Baker, good day at the plate for him. He is 2-for-3. Doubled his last time up. 2-0 pitch. Baker sends this one high and deep, and Babe Ruth can just watch it go. Home Run Baker, living up to the moniker, takes it out of the park, and it is 3-2 now. All right. Sherry McGee now. Sherry McGee is 0-for-2. 1939. Thank you, Clinton. Thank you for the correction. So Sherry McGee is grounded out twice and sacrificed back in the sixth. So 0-for-2. Stan Kovaleski brings it home. McGee swings. Fly ball shallow left. Bobby Veach covering some ground out there. Makes the catch. So 2 away, 1 in for the 1910s. When we get to the top of the ninth, we will possibly see a pinch hitter for Stan Kovaleski, and then Rogers Hornsby and the aforementioned George Sisler. So Larry Doyle is 1-for-2. RBI double back in the sixth that scored Home Run Baker. All right. Kovaleski rubbing up the ball. He is ready. Kicks and fires. 1-2 pitch to Larry Doyle. And fly ball to Scoops Carey in center. Carey diving stop, making the catch. Great play, number 1 of the season. We go to the ninth. Ed Walsh looking to shut down this 1920s decade. Let's see if Kovaleski will bat. He will not. So Hall of Famer Goose Goslin will come in to hit. So we got a pinch hitter. And again, both of these teams just stacked as you would expect. All right. 1-1 to Goslin. Goslin swings promptly. Base hit past Donnie Bush into left field. Goslin aboard, and Goslin not a slouch on the base paths. Rogers Hornsby now, we're back at the top of the order for the Raja. He is 2 for 4, single and a double. Walsh throws over, Goslin dives back, and he is safe. Hornsby back in the box. Here's the pitch. Hornsby swings, grounder to third, and it's going to be Baker. Hard slide by Goslin. No double play, so fielder's choice. Hornsby aboard, 1 down for George Sisler. So Sisler 0 for 3 and a walk. Walsh brings a 2-2 pitch. Sisler, oh, this one in at the knees. Strikeout number 10 for Ed Walsh, and now the drama builds. Babe Ruth strides to the plate. He has struck out 3 times today. However, Ed Walsh has reached his expected pitch count. So I am going to ask Cousin Ken whether he wants, whether he'd like Ed Walsh to get this, try to get this last out, or bring in somebody from the pen. So George Sisler real 21 Ks per 550 at bats, and out of the park 20 Ks per 550 at bats. Yeah, Mike, I'm hoping that when we do the deep dive, or when you're doing the deep dive, I should say, if you'll take a let's look at the pen. So let's do this. There we go. And I love this, one of the greatest features in Action PC baseball, this batter pitcher matchup. So we'll let Ken look at this for right now. See who he would like. And anybody's fair game, cousin. I mean, especially for a dead ball decade. But I'm hoping that Mike will go into a bit more of a, he can get as academic as he wants on why Out of the Park can do what it can do. Again, there's a function in Out of the Park baseball that will show you how your replay is going if you're doing a strict season replay. And it's I first tried it. I did a 1917 replay, and it was really freaky. I'd never seen anything like it before. And I think to put something like that in your baseball game, that says a lot. Hippo Vaughn. All right. Hippo Vaughn, it will be. So the lefty Hippo Vaughn will come in. Ed Walsh pitched a gem here, holding down a powerful 1920s lineup. So let's look at some numbers here on Hippo Vaughn in this particular league. A 2.17 earned run average, 18 wins, 12 losses, a save. Opponents hit 238 against Hippo. 4.7 strikeouts per 9 innings. And Babe Ruth, as we've said, he has struck out 3 times today. The best he has managed is an infield single. So this 1910s crowd knows what this guy from Baltimore, Maryland can do. Hippo Vaughn rubs up the ball, peers in, has the sign from Cracker Shock. Perched at first is Rogers Hornsby, and Ed Kenichi got to guard the lines along with Home Run Baker. Here's the pitch. Full count to Babe Ruth, and Babe Ruth looks at a big cut and a miss. Babe Ruth is the final out of the game. 1910s, pull it off. All right, look at your line score, baseball fans. For the 1910s, 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. For the 1920s, 2 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. It got interesting there in the 8th, but good call by Cousin Ken Castro to bring in Hippo Vaughn. Babe Ruth, big story there. Strikeouts, 3 of them. The only real highlight in this game is Home Run Baker, 3 for 4 with a home run and a double. So just looking disappointingly, no triples. Let's look at the pitching line here. So Kovaleski takes the loss, 8 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs all earned, gave up a home run, a walk, and struck out 5. So begins the season with a 3.38 earned run average. Ed Walsh, a masterful performance for Ed Walsh. 8 2/3, 9 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. Walked 3, fanned 10. Hippo Vaughn came in and struck out Babe Ruth to end the game. Home Run Baker and Ed Walsh should share Player of the Game honors. So they're giving the MVP to Home Run Baker. I'm also going to give it to Ed Walsh. So there we go. There we go. Fun stuff. And we'll let this update. Perhaps it's already up. There we go. It's updating now. Yes, he was. Bobby Veach was excellent. So we're going to cut out of Action PC Baseball. We're going to go ahead and autoplay a couple of these because we're gonna see these teams a lot. So far, let's see, what do we have left? So we're gonna have the 1940s versus the 1930s. Now, probably, even though I'm interested in both these decades, I know in the community there's not a great interest in the 1930s and 1940s, which I think is a shame. And but that, not shaming anybody in the community, but look at this 1930s. You talk about stacked, man. Hank Greenberg, Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox. I mean, who the hell plays first, man? You got Jimmy Fox and Lou Gehrig. So Lou Gehrig rated a little bit higher at first, but Jimmy Fox, oh my God. You got Mel Ott, Bucketfoot Al Simmons, Harlan Cliff. There's a player that nobody talks about and probably should. He had some serious pop in his bat. Ducky Joe Medwick, Earl Averill. There's Charlie Garinger, Paul Wainer on this team, Bill Dickey, Gabby Hartnett, Freddie Lindstrom, Mickey Cochran, Archie Vaughn, second greatest shortstop of all time, is Billy Herman, Luke Appling. For pitchers, Dizzy Dean, Lefty Grove, Carl Hubble. Damn, that might be all they need. So these 1930s guys, they're tough. 1940s, no slouch either. Looking at their hitters, Joe DiMaggio, Ralph Kiner, Ted Williams, Joe Gordon, Vern Stevens, the original Big Cat, Johnny Mize. You got Kenny Keltner, Mickey Vernon, Wally Moses, Jackie Robinson, of course, Enos Slaughter, Pee Wee Reese, Dom DiMaggio. So two of the DiMaggios on here. Vince not good enough to make it onto these squads. But we could always bring in Vince DiMaggio if we want. It's very easy to do with Action PC. There's Lou Boudreau, Tommy Holmes. For pitchers for the 1940s, Feller, Newhouser, Walters. So not as strong, but what they lack in pitching, they make up in power. But we'll go ahead and we'll feature them another night, but we're just going to autoplay really quickly. And this one is going to be the 1940s, edging the 1930s, 6-4. Bob Feller gets the win. Carl Hubble takes the loss. Lou Gehrig goes 2 for 4 with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Finally, the other game today will be Greg Maddux, Steve Rogers, and this is the 1990s versus the 1980s. And let's autoplay it. And the 1980s beat the 1990s 8-5. This was a 10-inning affair, so Willie Hernandez gets the win. Montgomery takes the loss. It's going to make me look at the box score because I can't read what's down there. But that's okay. That's all right. All right, so highlights in this game, yeah. So the 1980s doing it 8-12-2, 5-9-1 for the 1990s. The 1990s, let me see. So Tim Salmon went 2 for 5 with a home run, 2 runs batted in. Albert Bell, the happiest man in baseball, 2 for 4, 3 runs batted in for the victorious 1980s. Bogsy goes 2 for 4. Keith Hernandez goes 3 for 5. And Dale Murphy goes 3 for 4 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. So good stuff. All right, let's jump out. So that will finish today, which we've done. Yep. And then we'll just jump ahead to April 2nd. And pretty much we got a rematch again of the 19th century versus the 1910s and everybody. So these are like 3 or 4 game series or whatever. So for another night. Mike says, tell me Albert Bell did not deserve. Oh, I really, yeah, of course he did. Joe Medwick, last Triple Crown winner in the National League. Great player. Talk about, before we move on here, I'm going to bring up Baseball Reference for a moment. I should be doing this from Brave Browser because I hate the ads, but that's okay. So here he is. This is the guy I've been talking about. I mean, George Sisler. And I mean, this is just it's a great baseball player. Really, such a great baseball player, man. I don't know, 340 lifetime batting average. I mean, Mike already went over these stats, but just crazy, 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 crazy. Led the league. Let me see. So led the American League in steals in 1918. Again in 1921, led the majors in steals in 1922 with 51. And then in 1927, again, leads the American League in steals. Batting average, George Sisler bats over 400 twice in his career. In 1920, hits 407 to lead the American League. But in 1922, leads the majors and hit 420. George Sisler, not a big home run hitter. 102 lifetime. His career high was 1920 with 19. So Sisler, great year in 1920. One could argue, though, I don't know, pretty tough, that 1920, 1922 years for George Sisler. So his career, 1915 to 1930. He was out for the 1923 season, illness. Came back in 24. Finished out with the Boston Braves. So, but yeah, what a great player he was. I wish I had $1 for every time I've said what a great player George Sisler. But so got 85% of the vote in 1939. And let's look at some of his ink. Jeez, I feel I was already past the ink. Let's go back down to the ink. The ink. Everybody loves the ink, right? There we go. So, similar players: Heine Manush, Zach Wheat, Kai Kyler, Jesse Burkett, Dan Bruthers, Joe Judge. There's a forgotten player, not a Hall of Famer. Jimmy Ryan, another one. Tony Gwynn. So Roger Connor, Ed Roush. So similar to 8 out of 10 Hall of Famers. And then I love how Baseball Reference break these down by ages, which I think is really, really, really cool. So, George Sisler. Really, you look at the Juan Soto contract. You look at these guys made back here. What was Sisler's season high? He made $20,000 in 1925 and 1926. That's not even an at bat for Soto. I mean, not even close. So, yeah, there he goes. Never was in a World Series. So in that, it'd be interesting to make it'd be mostly just a lot of Cubs and Red Sox and stuff. But great players that have never been in a World Series. That'd be a fun league to create. Think of the great players you would have, man. You have Billy Williams and Ernie Banks, George Sisler. Oh my God, the list just goes on and on and on, right? Ron Santo, whatever. Take the entire 2001 Seattle Mariners. It'd be something fun to do. So players who'd never been in a World Series, but who were great players. How about that? Since we got 83.4% of the vote, and you're out of the park. So it even got close at that, right? It's crazy. All right, so we are at the end of this. I'm just going to let this stay up here as a backdrop. I'm going to bring this up here. And again, I'm going to continue doing the Bats Leagues, but I do want to show you guys this in Pocket Pennant Run Baseball. If you do want to make your own teams, how really easy it is. Even with existing teams, it's super, super easy. It's as easy as Out of the Park Baseball, or as Action PC Baseball, I should say. Out of the Park is a little bit more involved, but it's not hard. Anyhow, you go to team management, right? So what you do up here, of course, all the teams that you've created go here. Now, anything that you are either loaded in from the database, if you've created them, they'll have a little plus sign. So I'm just going to be doing everything, just calling it 1940 in the Bats League. It doesn't matter in this. It's a cards and dice game. But if I want to add a team, right, so I can go add a team, and I get 3 choices: either add a team from the database, add a team from league sheets. So that's where all your stuff is saved, all your league sheets, or you can create a team. So if I do create a team and click go, here we go. So you can bring in players from all 8 databases. in this game and really do a really mix and match here. So if you want Casey Candel's aunt, who played, what was her name? I can't remember her name right now. But she was one of the advisors to A League of Their Own, the movie. If you want her batting alongside George Sisler and Babe Ruth and Hannes Wagner and Oscar Charleston and somebody from the NCAA, you can do it. Just make sure so you've got this picked. And since we've been talking about George Sisler, I'll go ahead and we'll do this. And we'll do 1922 for Sisler. And if I just start typing George's name, there we go. I highlight it, boom, and add player. And now George Sisler's on this team. And look at his ratings here, man. He's A's across the board. And again, Pocket Pennant Run gives you how they do ratings. So Sisler's in. We can pick a whole bunch of players from different eras. Let's go back here. Let's pick 1884. Cousin Ken Castro knows where I'm going with this one. Born. There we go. So we're going to put Old Haas here. He's a pitcher, outfielder, first base, shortstop, second base. So George Sisler playing alongside Old Haas Radborn. So super simple. What's going to be added to this game later is going to be schedule generation and stuff like that. But guys, there's online schedule generators and stuff. So really complete freedom to make any kind of team that you want. I can put Oscar. We can put Oscar Charleston on here. Let's go to the Negro Leagues, and let's do, what was a good year for Josh Gibson? I think 1930. I think was a good year for the great Josh. There we go. So Josh Gibson on this team. So complete freedom to do what you want. So this is a nice sort of, if you're just not going to play a game like Action PC or Out of the Park Baseball or any of the ones that allow you to do what you want. You want to play a cards and dice game, but you want to have some freedom. This gives it to you. But anyhow, guys, that's how easy it is to create a team down here. You just put in a year and a team name, and it will save it. You can always come back to it. The other thing you can do really quickly, let's bring in the St. Louis Cardinals. We will load them. I can add a player to the St. Louis Cardinals. So, just going through here, extended roster, I can enter a player manually, what have you. So I can type in a name, a position, and ratings, whatever. It's another little baseball playground. So if you guys are done with baseball, you want to see another Action PC game, you want to see a little bit of this, should we put up Diamond Mind, have a little baseball chin wag, or would you like me to just go the hell away? Next week, I have a 6-day work week, work Monday afternoon through next Saturday, because it's the craziest week of the year. But at least I have Christmas and the day after off after that. So, but plan to do some baseball tomorrow night anyhow. I don't give a damn. So, should have every baseball game running at the same time. That would be fun. Or you don't have to listen to my voice. I'll just put on Ernie Harwell and let him do 1911. Can do that. I don't care. Ken says hang out. Let's hang out. All right. Should we hang out, have a chin wag? Should we hang out, do a baseball game? I'm pretty much open to any and most things. Any and most things. I love the fact, I tell you what, I'm going to put on, we'll see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll put an invite. And if somebody wants to come on or a bunch of people wants to come on, I'll put it on. If nobody wants to come on, okay, I can do that too. Play a Pocket Pennant Run game? Sure. Do a Pocket Pennant Run game. I'm going to leave this up here for just a backdrop because a lot of you guys freak out at my at my desktop. So do Pocket Pennant Run. So Ken, how about we do a quick play and we'll pick two teams from baseball history? We can do that. I think that'd be fun for a little challenge. We'll make this game ID 1. And we're going to, what do you say, cousin? Do you want to pick 219? Well, we're going to have to do a little bit of fudging, but with pitcher fatigue ratings, but we can do that now. So we can play some 19th century baseball if you'd like. And as Aaron, hey, Aaron,
Hey.
turn down your YouTube so I can't hear me, please.
Oh, hang on. Is it even? Let's see.
Oh, no, you're good now. You're good.
Oh, there it is. Let me turn down my voice thing real quick here.
Yeah, because I can hear me. Mike says, "Hey, I got something cool about this." World's of Gamer says you do a pocket pennant run game where the chat drafts the teams. Okay, I'm.
Damn.
Let's do that. We can create 2 teams, but that means you got to make the lineups too.
You got to do the lineups and draft the players.
Yeah, because this doesn't have an auto lineup yet, except for the quick play version, because it uses as played versions if you're doing a season replay.
Oh.
All right, so we can do that. Let's go to team management and let's add a team, and we'll create a team. Why not? This will be fun, and then if people want to come on, we can do that. All right, so there we go, guys. We have let's keep it to major leagues and Negro leagues. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Mix and match. So, Aaron, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Just sitting here at my desk. I got a APA game on in the background, even though obviously it's muted, but I've got a game going on in the background.
Good. All right. Ken, give me a year for sliding Billy Hamilton. And we're going to highlight what Mike has to say as soon as we get Ken's 3 picks in here. So give me a good one for. Okay, yeah, that's fine. 4 picks is fine. We'll probably just end up picking the teams, you guys, and playing the game another night. Who knows? But welcome in, Sean. Thanks. Community involvement is always good. Always good. So I need a good year here for Sliding Billy, cousin, and we'll draft them. So these will be the Castros versus the. Okay, you get your picks too. I didn't think you were going to pick Sliding Billy, Sean. So this is going to be the Castros versus the World's Worsts. I hear Ernie in the background a little bit.
I'm turning him down. That's okay. That's better.
I thought so too, but I don't know, Mike. I thought Sean had a. I don't know, man. You know what? So, Mike, welcome to the first long chin wag that we sometimes do. So we go off the rails, dude. We go off the rails, man. Because there's not meant to be focused. So still waiting for that. I think Ken's really researching this because he hasn't answered yet.
He's thinking.
Well, I need years for these guys. So, all right, 1891 for Sliding Billy. Okay, 1891. So, Sean, I see you've been playing playing this game. So good. All right. So Sliding Billy in there. All right. 1891. Sean, make a pick. We'll go back and forth. I already know who Ken's going to pick. Oh, no, I got to do one team at a time. So, yeah. I guess I can actually save this at this point and keep coming back. Nah, we'll just make the teams. Gives us a chance to talk some baseball. I'm going to get back here to something that Mike said. He says he created a spreadsheet with the Pythagorean records of every team since 1901 and then created the theoretical matchup winning percentage of any team versus any team in that same season in history. Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That's Mike does insane stuff with the numbers, man. Insane stuff with the numbers. That's something to talk about. Old Haas 1884. Mike, that's brilliant. That is like it makes my head hurt, actually.
By the way,
is a starting pitcher. Okay, so pick 2 teams, but it has to be 2 teams in the same season. Not a problem. And, of course, we can do that just about any damn baseball game we have. Okay, Mike Schmidt, 1980. Yep, that one I know. So remember, guys, when you're doing this, you got to switch. You do have to switch databases, but big deal. That's Aaron. I really, really wish that this will eventually become accessible.
I know.
Didn't we try? We tried this, and it wouldn't read the things for you.
What? Which one? Out of the park?
pocket pennant run?
No, I don't think we ever tried that with pocket pennant run with me. Even though I wouldn't get any enjoyment because there's no sound.
There's no sound. Well, yeah, but if the thing is reading it, but yeah, I guess you're right. You're right.
Speaking of project,
because we thought that Diamond Mine baseball.
Oh, I've still got
work.
that, even though temptation to uninstall it is right there. I've still got it on here.
Good.
But I did a APA stream earlier this morning. Well, I guess it's yesterday morning now. But it was a 1-game makeup with the Pirates and the Mets, who coming into the game were 3.5 games back of the first place Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
And the Pirates, they shut the Mets out 5-0. They are 2.5 games back of the Phils with 2 to go.
All right.
So it's a dead heat.
Okay, I think I can save this team and add to it later. So Sean and Ken can think about the players that they want. Let's try this idea with Mike. Let's try this idea. So I'm gonna just call this since Ken loves the 19th century, we'll call this the 1891. We'll call them the Scribblers. We should call them the Escutcheons. Ken, your team's going to be the Escutcheons. That's right, because we did that from. There we go. So we'll add them, and we'll be able to fix them up later. Okay, so there we go. All right, let's do it. Okay, our save to the database. Cool beaners. All right, let's try this, Mike. All right, let's do this. So 2 teams from the same year. Brad Church. He says Dr. Beatles. He says he drank too much tonight. There's no such thing, Brad. You're talking to an Irishman. Anyhow, he drank too much tonight. Hope it won't be a rough morning, but always good to see you. Speaking, my friend. Thank you, Brad. Always good to see you in here. Where you? Did I see you? You're a pocket pennant run player. I think I saw you with a pocket pennant run or one of those somewhere. So, all right, Mike. Let's do this, man. So 2 teams in the same season. And we'll do it as a quick play. Let's pick 2 teams. Boop. Yep. So, all right, Mike. You get okay, guys. So 2 teams in the same year. Anybody want to pick them? We could have Mike if Mike wants to come on and talk about this a little bit. We can, and we'll do a little pocket pennant run. We'll do it. I think we'll do basic though. Do basic pocket pennant. I like the advanced version, but if we're going to talk about this, maybe it's probably better to maybe do the basic version. I'm not sure.
Speaking of basics and advanced,
so we got 19. Yeah, go ahead. We have 1902 from Clinton.
Oh boy, 1902.
Pittsburgh versus Boston. So a year before the National League. Wow. So you're going to pick a powerhouse team versus so the Pirates finished 14.5 ahead of the second place Brooklyn Bridegrooms in 1902. So the Pirates were like ridiculous in 1902. So speaking of which, you were saying, okay, so we have 1 vote for 1902. Let's see if anybody else has any years. Go ahead. I'm trying to do 3 things here.
You mentioned the advanced and regular strategies. I looked up. I dug out my closet today, and I found an old board game I forgot I had for years.
What was that?
It's called Touch 'Em All Baseball. It's one of those. It's American Printing House made it. So the cool thing about this is it's all in Braille.
Oh wow!
That's
cool.
I have some print stuff in there too, but it's all like in Braille. I haven't had a chance to really get into a full game yet, but I sat here in my bedroom and read the whole manual.
Oh wow!
Word for word, and it was like it never ceases to amaze me at what a couple friends of mine who one of them works at the American Printing House mailed this to my house a few years ago, and I've had it for a long time, and basically I have nobody to play with when it comes to board games because Dad doesn't understand that well when it comes to those kind of things, which I'm not knocking him for, but it's just,
sure.
Playing Cards Against Humanity is one thing, but when it comes to this, when it comes to touching ball baseball, he's like, how the hell are you doing that when you can't? I said, it's in Braille, Dad. You spin one, you spin one spinner, which is the pitcher, and you spin one spinner as the batter, and you determine what happened.
Does he use real players?
You can.
Okay, so it's like the old. What was it? What were those games called? Ken would know, and Clint would know. Catico. Did that? Was it Catico All-Star Baseball that used those?
Yeah.
Because I've seen pictures of those games where they have the player. They each have their own disc, and then you spin it, and I guess it's like the surface area. It's like. So if you have like Willie McCovey, he's gonna have like a larger area for home runs and hardly
not
any
like
for
that. But
whatever.
you basically can make your own rosters.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
I mean, I've yet to play a full game with somebody yet, but there's like so many pieces to this thing, that it can get a little confusing at times. But one of these days, I'm going to be at a friend of mine's house who's sightless like I am. And who's a baseball fan, and we're going to try to sit and play a full game together and see how it goes.
Oh, that sounds awesome. All right, tell you what, I'm going to go keep talking. I'm just going to make an executive decision here. I'm going to pick a season. You know what? I know what. I'll bring up a random number generator.
Ooh.
The only thing is, I think 1902 Pittsburgh and Boston would be a terrible, terrible matchup. Only because Boston would get just. I mean, yeah, any one game, but geez. So let me see. I need a random number generator, and we're going to set this from 1901 to whatever. Let me see. I have to see where Mike put this up to. Random number generator, and I'll put it on the screen so you guys. Yeah, I'm a magician, but I'm not going to cheat. I am not going to cheat. All right, let's see if this basic one here works. All right. Oh, he's talking about the Boston National League, Mike, and they would just
the Bean Eaters.
That those two are like so mismatched. So we'd almost have to pick a World Series. So our minimum will be 1901, and let's just go up to 1999. That's good enough. We'll party like it's 1999.
Party like it's 1999.
All right, here we go, and looks like it's going to be 1988. We're going to play 1988 baseball. So, but Ken and Sean, think of your teams, and the next time that we're up, which will be tomorrow, we'll play your teams against each other in pocket pennant run baseball. I think it'd be fun. Yeah, they were the B. I think either the Bean Eaters or the Bees that year. Let's see who they were. Let's see who they were. I know that they weren't that good in 1902. So.
I was getting a little confused with like who was who in the early 1900s because you had the Cleveland Blues, the Naps, the Broncos. Then you had the Boston Americans, the Pilgrims.
Right.
The Washington Senators and the Nationals.
Okay, so let us look at at Pittsburgh and Boston. Okay, so let's Boston finished 29 games back. So what they were a bad team. The Pirates were just overpowering. So I mean, we could do it. Let's see who was on that. They were called the Boston Nationals that year. So who do we have? Okay, so Vic Willis. So Togi Pittenger, Fred Tenney. There's a name I know. Ed Greminger, Duff Cooley. So we got a couple. There's an Irishman, Duff Cooley. How Irish that's? Can you get
Duff Cooley?
Herman Long, hell of a player. Billy Lush. There's another Irishman, Pat Moran. Malachi Kittredge. John Malarkey, another Irishman. A lot of Irishmen in this time in baseball. Mal Easton. I'm sorry, Mal Easton. I was right. Okay. And Charlie Dexter. Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn versus Boston might be. Yeah, because 1988 is kind of like. Isn't it? I mean, 1988's not like. It's not a World Series that stands out as like, ooh, I really want to do that one. All right, let's see, because we can run through its paces now that we can change pitcher fatigue and cousin Ken Castro can call steals and hit and runs and shit like that. Oh, can't do that though. World's Worst Gamer, he says, or Sean, Mike says it has to be 2 teams from the same year. All right, so 1902. See how easy? I changed my mind, man. I'm cool. I'm all about it. All right, we got to give. We're going to give Brooklyn home team because they had the better record.
The Super Boss.
All right, so 1902 and Boston.
Robin Jet.
Let me see. Let's see how good he did his homework here. Hang on a second here, guys. Because I'm looking for something. Okay, so no, it's not the Doves. Come on, where'd you put them? Okay, so he's listing them here as the Bean Eaters. So even though Baseball Reference says they're that. Okay, and home team will be Brooklyn. Brooklyn, 1902.
That's the Super Boss, correct?
Yeah. So they weren't officially the Dodgers until the 1930s.
Yeah.
So they were, later, and then later on they would become the Robins, like in the
Trolley
1910s.
Dodgers.
Well, Trolley Dodgers was always kind of that's where the Dodger name comes from, but they were never officially the Trolley Dodgers.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dodgers, man, so many name changes for these guys.
The Bridegroom, was it?
I just need to find who they were in 1902. So they were not the Robins or the Grooms then,
because they couldn't beat the Yankees.
The Royal, they were I think they were the Superb. Yep, they were the Superbas. Okay, we're ready to go, man. No, so it's going to be, Mike, it's going to be Boston. It's National League game. So Boston versus Brooklyn. Okay, do I want pitchers to hit? You're damn right I do. Okay, so what we're going to do, one nice quality of life feature that we can do now is we can set pitcher fatigue at the beginning. One of my big complaints about Pocket Pennant Run was it set fatigue ratings at 7 for dead ball pitchers, which is not realistic. So we're going to give both pitchers 9 unless they already have it. So let's look for our best Bean Eaters pitcher here. And it looks like it's going to be Fred Klobodance, man. He's a 7 AAA. Now, Vic Willis. Vic Willis is going to be our guy, and we're going to give him a 9. That's just, it makes sense. These guys pitch like crazy. All right, Vic Willis, and I need somebody that's going to be comparable. Woof. Looks like it's going to be Ned. Yeah, Ned Garvin, I think, is going to be the starter here.
Ned Garvin, nice.
Ned Garvin for Brooklyn. Yep. And we'll give him a 9. All right. He says very even matchup. And Mike says he has Boston winning 50.9%. Mike, did you get this idea from when we were doing that back to baseball thing? I'm just curious. All right, let's look at our lineups here for the 1902 Boston Bean Eaters. We've got Duff Cooley leading off in center. Fred Tenney is at first base batting second. Pat Carney is in right field batting third. So we got 3 lefties right off the rip. Fred Brown bats fourth. I'm not going to use the term cleanup. Doesn't make any sense for the dead ball era. He's in left field. John Malarkey at second base bats fifth. Ed Greminger batting sixth at third base. At shortstop and batting seventh, and who was on Clinton's Nebagrevi Jean de Montreville. Batting eighth and catching Malachi Kittredge, and pitching and batting ninth, Hall of Fame pitcher Vic Willis, former Pirate, but he's in the Hall of Fame as a Brave. All right, now for the hometown Brooklyn Superbas, leading off at left field, Cozy Dolan. Batting second, one of my favorites of all time, in center field, Wee Willie Keeler. Batting third at third base is Charlie Irwin. Another great player coming up in the fourth spot, Jimmy Sheckard. We got 4 lefties at the top of this order. Jimmy's in right field. Bad Bill Dolan is in, he's playing short and batting fifth. Let me see. Huey Hearn is batting sixth. He is the catcher. Tom McCreary, first baseman, bats eighth. Tim Flood At second base, bats ninth, and Ned Garvin gets the nod and pitches and bats ninth. Okay, so everybody cool with this? So Mike says it was a curiosity he had and finally looked into it. I said this is a theoretical matchup. Odds are, of course, an average game, not ace versus ace, but still interesting. Yep. So he's waiting for the cards to show up. So he says he'll print your teams. So Clinton, you do know that the teams are already printed. If you get the software, they're printed. I mean, as far as they're ready to go, all you have to do is print them. So you don't have to do this. If you wanted to just roll this up as cards and dice, just go into you can just get these. You download them. They're already done. So, all right, let's play game day, guys.
Get it on.
All right. I think just because we want to try to get this a little bit pure, we're going to go ahead and turn off this. We're going to go basic. Basic is fine. We're going to go basic for this game just to see what happens with illustrative purposes. So we're going to turn everything to normal. Okay, and save changes. So we're not going to be worried about like range plays or anything like that. So the lines are gone and we're ready to go. The game cards are there. Yes, they are. So, well, but you can change that. You can just change that. But guys, let me show Clinton here really quickly when I'm talking. I'll have to show him after the game how to get them. They are all there every season. They're not in the software. You have to just go where you downloaded the software, and you'll see all the teams every year. Craig did that. All right, Duff Cooley leading things off. We're ready to go. And this will be a different type of commentary. We can talk and everything like that. This isn't like doing an action PC game. All right. So comes into Duff Cooley, and this is an 8 left-right. And this is a left-right 2, and we got a righty versus a lefty, so it's going to stand as it is. And this is going to be a grounder to first, unassisted. So there we go. We just do that, and there we go. One away, and brings up Fred Tenney now. Fred Tenney, in 1902, with a .315 average, 2 home runs. He struck out 43 times, stole 21 bases. All right. So Ned Garvin ready to deal, and this one is a 9. So this is a batter 3, fly ball out to left field. So we'll record that F7. So 2 up, 2 down now, and Pat Carney will step in. Carney, a .270 hitter in 1902 with 42 strikeouts. Wow. And this is going to be an 8 left-right 8. And this is a righty-lefty, so everything stands. And this is going to be a grounder to second to end the inning. So we'll just call that a good old 4-3. And the Brooklyn Superbas come up to bat. Bottom of the first we go. Leading off here is Cozy Dolan. Vic Willis has finished his warm-up pitches and is ready to rock. And here's the pitch. And this is a batter 4, and this is a long fly ball. And out to center field for out number 1. Keep this game moving along. Batter up. Wee Willie Keeler. Keeler swings on this one. This is a left-right 8. All right. And again, we have to look at handedness here. And it's all good. And Wee Willie is going to ground to third for out number 2. So moving along with this one, Aaron. Mm-hmm. All right, batter up here, Charlie Irwin with a .273 average. Mike's right, this is a pretty good matchup already. Okay, and this is going to be a defensive check to short. We go to 9, and this is going to be a 6-3 putout, and that will retire the side. So this game plays so nicely, even when you have the advanced rules turned on. Plays nicely. The other reason I'm not using the advanced rules is there's one little feature that's in here that hasn't been fully play tested, and I had to make a house rule to get past it, and I don't want to do any house rules for this. Okay, Midlife Crisis says early references to cleanup hitter was any batter in the lineup could be dependent upon if runners on base. According to the Almanac, the term became common around 1908 when referring to the fourth hitter. Thank you for that, Midlife. I appreciate it. All right. And Sean says, I wish Pocket Pennant Run would have their patches be auto patch, one click and install the patch. Yeah, not sure. I don't know if you can do that because this is written in Python. I don't know if that's possible. Maybe. All right, here's Fred Brown. I'll tell you about these guys a little bit anyhow. Fred Brown, a 333 hitter, only had 6 at bats. So not sure what the deal is with Fred Brown playing for Boston here or getting this at bat, but that's okay. Let's pretend that the regular left fielder is injured. Yeah, why not? It's all fantasy anyhow. This is a control 4 and swing batter. We got our first strike out of the game. Nice. So 1 away, and batter up is going to be John Malarkey. All right.
It's a bunch of malarkey.
Ned Garvin deals, and this will be an 11. Batter 4, and this is going to be a ground ball to short. So your garden variety 6-3 put out. So 2 up, 2 down now. And stepping to play is Ed Greminger. So Greminger with a 257 average in 1902. All right. And Ned Garvin deals, and this is a called 3rd strike. So there we go. All right. At the end of 1.5, we have no score. Jimmy Sheckard, great player. Jimmy Sheckard is up to bat now for the 1902 Brooklyn Superbas. Here's the wind in the pitch, and this is going to be a batter 9, and this is going to be a base hit. So first base knock of the game. Here we go. So Brooklyn with a runner on, batter up, and let's look here. Jimmy Sheckard has a speed of B. So let's see what the computer manager wants to do, saying no steal. So we want steal. Fred Brown was a friend of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Fun fact, says World's Gamer. All right. Decent runner on. And here's Bad Bill Dolan. He had 264 in 1902 with 2 home runs. And Dolan, this is off the batter card. This is 6. And this is a fly to left. There's not going to be a tag from first. So we're just going to do a straight up. We'll do the F7T, but it's not going to tag. All right, so 1 away. And now that brings up Hughie Hearn. Let's see. Still not calling for a stolen base. All right. Here's the wind and the pitch by Vic Willis. This is a left-right 3. Let's look at the handedness here of the batter. One thing I would like them is to have, like, so I don't have to keep looking. If it's a righty batter here, a lefty batter here, or Craig, if that's possible, that would be nice. Hopefully. Anyhow, so Vic Willis actually gets the advantage on this. So we drop this down. So you guys can see it's a 3, but we actually drop it down. So this is a, and this does make a difference. So this is a grounded to first double play. So this is going to be a 3-6-3 double play. How about that? All right, so double play, 3-6-3, and that is the end of the inning. We go to the top of the 3rd, no score. So here we go. Also, remember, guys, something I never showed on here before when you're playing this game, if it's a park factor, if it's hitter, you go up 1. If it's a pitcher park, you go down. If it's neutral, you just keep the dice roll as it is. This little white die is for when you're playing the advanced rules. All right. Gene Dumontreville is up now. Dumontreville in 1902 batted at a 260 clip. No home runs. All right. Ned Garvin ready to work to defense check to short. This is a 12, and call that one an E6. Bad Bill Dolan boots the ball. All right. So here we go. Runner on first. I don't know if Ken's rooting for Brooklyn or Boston on this one. Dumontreville is a speed B. All right, batter up. Let's see what this computer manager says. Not calling for the steal. All right, here's Malachi Kittredge, 235 hitter. Runner on first, no score here in the top of the 3rd inning. Here is the pitch, and this is going to be trouble. So there's a 12, batter 10. Okay, this is going to be a single runner's advance on base. So this was modern baseball. This would be a bad thing for the other team. This is just going to be a single runner's advance, 1 base. All right, there we go. So runners at first and second. No real speed there at first, that's for sure. Ken Castro says, rooting for your man, Bad Bill Dolan, of course. Absolutely. Ken's rooting for Philadelphia. Clinton says, moral victory for them. They aren't playing. Ouch. All right, up to bat now is Vic Willis. All right, so let me see what does okay, so they're calling for a bunt here with nobody out. Does the chat agree? We've got a slow coach here on first. We want to try to have Willis put down a sack bunt. What do you guys say? We'll bring up the bunt chart here and move it out a little, move it over here a little bit. So Vic Willis, he would strike out on a die roll of 1, a defense check on the pitcher, on 2, 3, and 4 on the catcher at 5 and 6, and then the only safe hit he would have would be here. So let's see. What do you guys want to do here? All right, Cousin Ken says we're going to go for the sacrifice, and let's roll the dice. That is a 5, and that's a catcher. So that's a defense, defense C. So the catcher's, what's our catcher's defense here? We got to look at our catcher's defense. Our catcher's defense. We have to remember this. So what is my catcher's defense? This is because I can't switch window. Can I switch windows? I need to look at my catcher's defense. Oh my God. Hang on a second. There we go. Whew, glad I could do that because that would suck. Okay, so he has Yui Hearn has a defense rating of B. All right, so the catcher's defense is a B, and this is a ground ball, double play, runners advance. Ooh, ouch. Ouch. Okay. So, oh no, I'm sorry. There, yep, his defense is a B, so it's a ground ball, double play. All right. So we've got a ground ball, double play. Give me a second here. I might have to go to the next screen over. Yep, I do. All right, so this is going to be a double play, but the fielder's advance. Double play plus. There we go. So how do we want to run this? So it's going to be 2, I guess 2, 4, 3 would be our double play. Does that make sense? We'll say it makes sense. Okay, so fielder number 1 is going to be catcher. So, right, so 2, I hope to, this will correct me if not, 2, 4, 3, I think. There's a better play, 2, 6, 3. Yes, I want to use it. There we go. Runner goes to third. Whew, we're good. No, so not on that, Clinton, because we had to go by his defense rating with runners on. So that's why we had to look at that. And I had to look at Hearn's defensive rating up there. And so that's why I had to go over here and look here at Yui Hearn, and we can see his defense is a B. So that depends on the catcher's defensive rating. So he was able to turn 2, but the runner moved. The runner moved up. Okay, let's get a batter in the box here. What was that line in The Natural? Give me a hitter up here, Fisher. All right, here we go. It's Duff Cooley. We're back at the top of the order. Grounded out 3 unassisted, 2 down, and runner at third base is Gene DeMontleville. All right, here is the pitch. This is a 3, control 5, and that is a strikeout, and that ends the inning. Wow, tough stuff. All right, we go to the bottom of the third here. Brooklyn will send up Tom McCreary, Tim Flood on deck. All right, Vic Willis ready to deal, and this is going to be a defense check to center, and lower numbers, that's going to be a fly to center. All right, so 1 up and 1 down. Boom. Batter up, and here's Tim Flood. Tim Flood hit .218 in 1902 with 3 home runs. Sortable stats, by the way, guys, in case you wanted to know, you can sort these. As a 3, control 10, and Tim Flood draws the walk off of Vic Willis. So runner aboard. Here we go. And again, no speed there. I'm not even going to check with the manager. All right, here's Ned Garvin. Now, here we go. Do we want to try a sacrifice here with 1 down? I'm going to leave it up to the chat. Okay, so our guy on first here, Flood, is only a speed D. Let's look at bunt rating here. Yes, there's not a player here, so I'll look over here at Garvin, and let's see what we have here as far as a bunt goes. Why could we just bring up bunt and see what we got? All right, so there's our bunt chart. We'll let people decide what they want to do with a bunt chart here. 1 out. Do we want to try to move the runner along and stay out of a double play? Fun game. The only thing I have to get used to this, Aaron, is because it's been a while, since playing a lot of cards and dice. Is I'm so used to an AI manager now that, it's like, okay, do I want to do this or not? Sound baseball says, okay, hey, okay, so Clinton's going to finish tomorrow. He says bunt. Sean says bunt, so we're going to sack bunt. And here we go. Remember that he is a defense rating of B. And this is an 8, and this is going to be ground back to the pitcher, but the runner does advance. Okay, so ground back to the pitcher, and this will be a 1-3, but with the runners advancing. Boom, there we go, and he moves to second. All right, sacrifice successful, and we get back to the top of the order. Cozy Dolan flew out to center his last time up. Vic Willis has the sign. Here's the delivery, and this will be a batter 7, and this is going to be ground ball to first to end the inning. Moving right along here. So 3 unassisted. Boop. And we head to the top of the 4th. No score. 0-1-0 for Boston. 0-1-1 for Brooklyn. All right. Fred Tenney, last time up, flew out to left. Ned Garvin has the sign. Here is the pitch. And this is going to be a batter 11. This is a power check 9. And this is going to be a double. So the first extra base hit in the game, and award that one to Fred Tenney. So there we go. How about it? So that is a boop. All right. Do we want Fred Tenney, a runner B, to stretch the hit for third against Wee Willie Keeler, who's rated an A? I am not going to, I'm going to leave it out there. Cousin Ken, I know you like aggressive baseball, but you got somebody with a bit of a stronger arm, so it's going to be a race. I don't know if you want to just play it safe here or not. Let's see. Okay, so Clinton says no. That's 1 vote for no. And we'll wait a couple. What do you think there? So Aaron, we have an A-rated center fielder and a B-rated runner. So he's got a double right now. Should we stretch it to third or not?
Good question.
I try to ask good questions.
Right.
Yeah. So I figure I'll leave this up to the chat. So we got 1 vote. We got 2 vote. We got 2 no votes. All right. 2 votes. Nobody out. Dead ball. He can be sacked to third in a squeeze try. All right. Sound baseball. There we go. All right, so runner on second. Let's bring a batter up here. Let's see what the manager's talking. He's not talking about anything right here. Let's look at what kind of speed. So Tenney, in case anybody's thinking possible steal here, he's a speed B. All right, so we're not going to try to steal with him right now. We got Pat Carney up, and his last time up, he grounded out 4-3. Here's the pitch, and this is a batter 2, and this is going to be a grounder to short, and the runner's going to advance. There's no double play here, so because there's double play, but there's the asterisk, so that keeps us out of the double play. So grounder to short, runners advance. All right. So we would do this as a 6-3 asterisk. All right. Now we got a runner on third. Now, do we want to try? Here's Fred Brown. Struck out his last time up. We do have a runner on third. I'm not sure whether we want to try the squeeze play or not. Again, we'll leave it up to the chat. So let me show you how that works. We'll hit bunt. This time we go off the blue die for a squeeze. So let me see. So runners are going to advance, guys, just to help you out, on a roll from 7 to 12. All right. So, and again, 12-sided die. So basically 50-50 shot for a squeeze to be successful in this situation. So 333 hitter, no squeeze, says. Red. Yeah, well, on the red die, right. But I have to roll it. I'm sorry, yeah, so it is red die, but it's still the same thing. So if I roll the red die, it's still going to be the same thing, Clinton. So the only difference was, but it's still the same thing. So when I'm rolling on the red die over here, this is the chart for squeeze. He's the runner will advance, will make it home from 7 to 12. Anything under 7, and the lead runner is nailed down. So that's the only difference. But you can see it's so it's the red die. So let's roll it for fun. But everybody said no, so we're gonna do it. Let's see. Damn it. Let's see. Let's just see what would have happened. I think this would be fun. Okay. And good thing we didn't. He would have been out.
He would have been out.
He would have been out. So we're going to do this, and we're just going to let him bat normally. Nice thing about this. All right, this is going to be a left-right 8, and we got a righty versus a righty. So this 8 drops to a 7, and 1 out, and the run's going to score either way. So this is a grounder to third, and the run will come home. Or grounder to first, runner comes home. All right. So let's find it. Let's find it. So I want an unassisted, which is really what it is. But I want to make sure it's a run. Oh, there it is. Ground ball 3 unassisted. 1 run scores. All right. And Boston taking a 1-0 lead here. All right.
There goes the shutout.
Yeah, there it goes. All right. Well, for, at least one team. Okay. Here's John Malarkey now. Try to get some pace going on this. All right. Batter 7. And this is going to be a fly to center. I do love this game, man. Love it. All right. So a run in. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Boston leads 1-0. All right. Wee Willie Keeler grounded out to third his last time up. Let's see what Wee Willie can do here. Can he hit him where they ain't? Let's see. This is a batter 9. And indeed, he does. He's got himself a single. So Wee Willie Keeler now can make some things interesting. Keeler aboard, batter up. Let's see what the manager's calling for here. He's saying to steal with Keeler, so we're gonna steal with Keeler. We're gonna go for it, man. Okay. And am I sure I want Wee Willie Keeler to steal second base against Malachi Kittredge? I'll leave it to the chat. Well, it's a relatively easy game. When you add in the range plays and stuff, it does add a level of complexity. But just to do this for what Mike Garland's doing, I didn't want to run in. Again, there's one weird thing that'll come up every once in a while. It'll say the right fielder's chasing the ball in the gap, choose a hit, and nobody knows what to do with that yet. So, yeah, okay. Ken says send him. Safe. Wee Willie Keeler safe picks up the stolen base. All right, so Keeler in scoring position, and there's Charlie Irwin. Here is the pitch. This is going to be a batter 3, and this is going to be a grounder to third lead runner. Ooh. Grounder to third lead runner. Okay, so, and runner on second holds, and the play is at first. So Keeler, smart base running, doesn't advance. All right. So we got 1 out, and here comes Jimmy Schecker. Jimmy singled his last time up. Here is the pitch. This is going to be an error check, and that I think is going to be a base hit. It's going to be an error, and the runners advance 2 bases. How about that? Yup. So there we go. Guess what? We've had some good baseball games tonight here. This game is tied, baseball fans. All right, Boston and Brooklyn tied here in this little matchup of 1902 to look at Mike's. Mike, we should set something like this, of course, up and out of the park baseball. We should test your thing in a few of these. Out of the park baseball, action PC. I could even bring up like strategy baseball. Any one of these. Diamond Mind would be fun. All right, Bad Bill flew to left last time up. 1 down, 1-1 your score here. Here's the pitch to Bad Bill. And this is a left-right 10. And let me see. Dahlin they need to make this easier. Dolan's a right-hander, so righty. So this is going to drop down, ground ball to first, but the runner still advances. Okay. Ground ball to first, runner advances. Boink. All right. Keeler moves around to third. Or no, that's not Keeler anymore. That is Jimmy Sheckard. I'm sorry. All right. Batter up here. If you can have it do like 100 or 1,000 quick simulation results. That would be a way to do this. There's probably what I could do is set up these two teams and just like I'd have to set up a schedule, Mike, for this. That's not set up to do this yet, but for things like Baseball for Windows, in fact, Baseball for Windows is the fastest replay engine I've ever seen. I could have these two teams set up. How about it, Aaron? Set up these two teams, do a season, and seriously, it takes like it'll zap through it in like 2 minutes, if that. I can't believe how fast it goes. I'm like trying to keep up, doing some commentary. Oh, this team's gaining on this team, but Baseball for Windows just buzzes through them like mad. All right, but just for shits and giggles for tonight, this is certainly not a control, Mike. You don't have to explain that to you. You know your math, buddy. All right, here's Yui Hearn. It's just an excuse to do another baseball game too. Grounded to short, and this is going to be defense check on the shortstop, and this is going to be a ground ball to short, and that will be the end of the inning. The asterisk we don't pay attention to this point, but just to show you guys that we don't see 3 outs. There we go. All right. So we're in the top of the 5th inning, knotted at 1. Good, tight baseball game. Here's Ed Greminger now. Last time struck out against Ned Garvin. Garvin deals, and this is going to be a batter 12, power check 6, and this is going to be a double. So here we go. How about that? We got another extra base hit here. All right, and this is just going to be your basic Garden Rule variety double, and Greminger, a slow coach out there. All right, that brings up Gene Dumontreville. Last time was saved thanks to an error by the one and only Bad Bill Dolan. All right, here is the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss. Steve Reich 3. All right. So Ned Garvin picks up a strikeout number 7 in the game. All right. I think let's look at the score sheet. I keep forgetting. I love this sexy score sheet. So that doesn't seem like it should be 7 strikeouts. So that's probably just me being in Egypt. Let's check. Yeah, he struck out 4. So there we go. I love this score sheet. It's beautiful. All right, who do we got up here now? Montreal, you whiffed, dude. All right, 1 away now for Malachi Kittredge. Singled his last time up. Here's the pitch. And this is going to be a 3, and he is going to, this is a ground. This is going to be a ground ball to third. No double play, though, because it's an asterisk plus. So no way for the runner to advance if he's going to be out. So this is just a grounder to third. Boink. There we go. All right. All right, 2 away. Here's Vic Willis, and we're not going to have him we're not going to have him bunt with 2 outs. Defense check to second. This is an 8, and that ends the inning. Grounds out 4-3. Damn. All right. Bottom of the 5th. 1-1 in a tight ball game. You can't get any tighter unless it's 0-0, right, Aaron? Or if we have Juan Soto here with his $765 million. Tim McCreary flew out to center. He'll lead things off here for Brooklyn. Waiting on deck is Tim Flood. All right, here is the wind in the pitch by Vic Willis. And this will be a batter 9 and base hit for Tom McCreary. All right. Runner on. Let's see what Brooklyn wants to do with McCreary here. So not calling for a steal, calling for a possible bunt. So Sean says Ned Garvin was a New Year's baby. All right. I'm thinking, we got the pitcher on deck. I wonder what our bunt chances look like here. $50-50. Well, no, a little, yeah. I'm going to swing away with this guy. I'm going to swing away with him. Didn't matter anyhow. 2, control 10, and it's a walk. So there we go. I'm vindicated. No speed on the base paths. And here comes Ned Garvin. And managers saying just play it straight up. We'll play it straight up. 10, batter 2. And this is going to be a liner to first double play. Wow. Line out first double play. All right. So we've got to go over here to do it. So fielder 1 is, sometimes you do have to do this one. And double play 2 is first base. And again, there we go. Up. That was weird. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Nope. We got it. We're going to have to. We'll just have to fix it. We'll just fix it. Select out because I want to line out double play is what should have happened. So this is still a little bit like there we go. Line out double play. That's what I wanted. I'm an idiot. All right. And now it should correct me. No, it didn't. Okay. So I'm just going to do a regular. We're just going to pretend. We're going to pretend that this was just a 363, I guess. I don't know why this guy's still out there. Let me see if we can. Yeah, there we go. Now we're 2 outs. All right. Cool. Everything's kosher. All right. Here's Cozy Dolan now. Cozy Dolan has flown out and grounded out. 3 unassisted. And this is a 2-3 strikeout. All right, so we're still good to go. And we go to the top of the 6th. Still 1-1. Here's the pitch to Duff Cooley, and that's a strikeout. Aaron, we're not getting any fireworks in this game.
No, it's been a little, what do they call it? Lackluster in offense. Wow. Pitchers do it best.
Pitchers do, absolutely. All right, so we have Fred Tenney, who has flown to left, and he has a double in this game. And he might have a double in this game. We'll see here again. So batter 4, and nope, this is just going to be a fly ball to center field. All right. Yeah, I'd like to set this up in some of the games that will allow us to play through, as Mike was saying, we can do like 1,000 games and let them just play each other. I think that'd be fun. I like what he's doing. All right, Pat Carney. Here's the pitch to Carney. Swing and a miss. All right. Lots of strikeouts in this game.
Somebody hit something, please.
I know, right? Well, there's been 6. So, in fact, the line score in this game, Aaron, is identical for both teams, 1-3-1. Let's check the score sheet really quickly here for I just want to get strikeout numbers here. So Vic Willis, thus far, I need to make this a little bit bigger because now it's getting late and my eyes are getting tired. Vic Willis has only struck out 1. Garvin has struck out 6. I expected Willis to be a little bit more strikeouts than Garvin, but Garvin getting the job done. All right, here we go. Wee Willie has grounded a third, singled, and Wee Willie also has a stolen base in our game. All right, this is a left-right 4. All right, so Keeler is a lefty and Willis is a righty, so it's just a fly out to center. There we go. Batter up. And also it's nice, of course, for dead ball players down here, you're seeing triples instead of home runs. You'll see occasional dead ball players will have a home run in here, and 19th century players. So, all right, Charlie Irwin has grounded out twice. It looks like he's going to do it again. Defense check 8. And this is a grounder to short, so he grounds out 6-3. Poor Charlie, 2 down, and that will bring up Jimmy Sheckard. Jimmy has singled and reached on an error. And this one's a 2, control 10, and that's a walk. All right, Sheckard aboard. Now does Brooklyn want to do something desperate? I don't know, man. You got the number 5 hitter up. Bill Dolan. Dolan has flown out and does have a sacrifice. We've got 2 down, though. Sheckard, decent speed, but let's see what the manager says here. Manager's calling for a steal with Sheckard, so we're going to do it, man.
He really wants that run.
Let's do it. And he's safe. Jimmy Sheckard steals second. All right. So runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the sixth for the Brooklyn Superbas. All right, Garlon in the box, and this is a control 5, and it's all to naught because Bad Bill just struck out.
Oh,
damn! All right, I love close games like this. I'm all about it. All right, top of the 7th. Here's Fred Brown. It's gonna be. We got. No, my head hurts, man. Brown, Malarkey, and Greminger due up. So just to show you guys, though, too, just to remind you, all of this here is sortable when you're looking at data, like for your pitcher's data and batter data. Everything is sortable by just clicking up here. So nice addition in this newest version. Okay, here's Fred Brown, and this is going to be fly to left. So this was a little defense check there on Cozy Dolan. Fly to left. So 1 down. All right. Brings up John Malarkey. Malarkey flew out to center his last time up. Ned Garvin brings it home. And this is going to be a batter 2. And this is just going to be a ground ball to first. Aaron, you got to get some mojo going here, brother. Maybe we need Randy Savage here to.
Oh yeah,
there we go.
Brooklyn, whatchamacallit, those Super Bowls, they're gonna get the offense going.
Sean says full of malarkey.
Oh, it's a bunch of malarkey, I tell you. Lacking no offense. There's no macho madness at all. Oh no, brother.
No, brother. All right, let's see here. We got Ed Greminger up with 2 down. Greminger last time doubled. He also struck out in this game. And this is going to be a control 10. And Greminger draws a 2-out walk. All right. He says, no macho men, says Cousin Ken. All right. We got no speed on it first. Again, I'm not even going to check. This red indicator tells me that Greminger is probably even slower than Michael Lavalier. All right. Here's Gene de Montreville now. Reached on an error and struck out in this game. And defense check to third. This will be a 9, and that's going to be a 5-3, and that will end the inning. That will end the inning, Mr. Aaron Reed. Bottom of the 7th, gentlemen, and that's going to bring up Huey Hearn. So Huey Hearn grounded out and has a sacrifice in this game. Vic Willis ready to deal. And that's a swing, batter, and a miss. Strikeout. So Willis picks up the strikeout. Coming up now is Tom McCreary. He's flown out and singled 1 for 2. So McCreary cuts on this one. And this is going to be a batter 10 and base hit. Base hit to left for McCreary.
So right. Just because he got on base doesn't mean he's going to get around the score.
Not calling for a steal here at all. Here's Tim Flood. Sean says we need Macho Man and Aaron saying take me out of the ball game in the 7th. Not sure if that's possible though. Aaron's like, I don't know, man. It's 2 a.m.
It's about 2 a.m. and I'm almost out of stamina.
Yeah, I think about everybody is. 12. This is a batter 8, and oh man, this is gonna be a grounder to short. Runners advance 1 base.
Oh,
runners advance 1 base.
It's not a double play.
Nope. Okay. Batter up. And here's Ned Garvin with 2 outs. We're not going to let Ned do. Let's see. Do they want a pinch hitter yet? No pinch hitter. Garvin's again pitching a hell of a ball game. So we're going to let Garvin in there, man. All right. And this is a batter 1, and this is a liner to short, and that retires the side. Wow. Wow. Okay. Ned Garvin. Okay, so now fatigue's starting to set in because we're hitting. So because we bumped it up to 9, guys, the fatigue's still going to start to set in here. So it's not like he's going to be fatigued till then. So he would have been already hit. So we got to watch our pitchers. What's nice here is you do the color indicators, and if we were playing with advanced pitching rules, we would be able to see the colors for our relief pitchers warming up. So nice stuff. All right, so Garvin, let's see. What does Brooklyn want to do with Ned? Okay, no relief pitcher. So we'll keep checking that. Here's Malachi Kittredge, single and a sacrifice. So 1 for 2 for Kittredge in the game. Here's the pitch. And this is an 8. And this is a grounder to second. Damn. Man, oh man. Nothing happening yet. All right. Vic Willis, he is grounded to second, and he has a sacrifice. Willis with control, and this is a control 10, and he's going to draw the walk. So again, we're going to check with the manager over here. Manager is not calling, but he is calling for an intentional walk. Okay, so let's we'll select the hit, and we'll call it an intentional walk. Okay, so runners at first and second, and that brings up Fred Tenney, who has flown to left, doubled, and flown out to right. So they're looking to induce a double play here. Let's see, what does the manager want to do? He is calling for a relief pitcher, so we're going to go to the mound. How about that? Let's go to the bullpen, and let's see. What I usually like to do is pick the next pitcher that has his first rating as an A. In this case, it's going to be Lave Winham, so we'll just bring him in. So if you guys are playing an as-played season, it will show you who was actually brought in, so you don't have to, if you don't want to guess. All right, so I don't do changes on relief pitchers. I think that's kind of gilding the lily. All right, so Winham here, he's an A-rated pitcher, not too bad, a fatigue rating of 2. All right, to face Fred Tenney, here is the pitch, and this is going to be a batter 6, and this is going to be a grounder to second, but runners advance a play. Runners advance 1. So 4-3 advance. Boink. All right, runners to second and third, 2 down, and the batter here is Pat Carney. Let's see what Boston wants to do. Boston is calling for a stolen base, a bunt, or a pinch hitter. With 2 outs. So, chat, I don't know, man. I don't know what you guys want to do here.
Why would you bunt with 2 outs unless you want to do it?
Right, we're not going to bunt, but do we want to bring in a pinch hitter? So this guy, he has struck out. He has a sacrifice. Do we want to leave Carney in the game? We can. This is one of those things where I'd like to... Oh, now he's saying no for anything. So never mind. He changed his mind. Okay, here we go. Defense check to first. This is a 6, and this is a 3 unassisted. That ends the inning. This is starting to feel like the Iowa Baseball Confederacy here. All right. So Vic Willis now. We got to keep an eye on Vic. All right. Vic Willis will face the leadoff here. Cozy Dolan. Cozy Dolan struck out his last time up. All right. What does Boston want to do with Vic Willis? No relief pitcher. They're going to stick with Willis. And Sean said he would have brought in a right-handed batter there. And, of course, with this game, if you guys ever want, you can always reset at bats. So that's kind of cool. All right. So what do we got here? We got a 6 on Dolan. So this is a left-right 8. And we need to look at handedness. And we got a righty and a lefty. So this is a grounder to second. So just a basic 4-3, 1 down, and brings up Wee Willie Keeler, and I hope the manager doesn't want to take him out of the game. No way. He's calling for a bunt from Keeler. Let's see, though. I don't know, man. Wee Willie Keeler. Wee Willie Keeler. Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah. Let's just let him swing away. Current batter is not hit. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Boink. There we go. Defense check. This is a 10. And this is going to be a fly to left. All right.
Oh, damn. We're still tied at 1.
We are still tied at 1 in the bottom of the 8th inning. All right. Brings up Charlie Irwin now. Charlie Irwin has grounded out to short twice and grounded out to third once. Okay. They are saying pinch hitter. Let's see who we got on the bench here. Maybe Charlie Irwin's got to go out. See what else. Do we have any other? Do we have anybody left here in third baseman here? Well, we got Ed Wheeler, but I'm trying to look for a decent pinch hitter here. So we could bring in Pat Diesel 2 outs. Do we want a 2-out pinch
name.
hitter? I mean, we've got to make something happen, but yeah. I'm not seeing anything from the chat, so
I like that. I like that name, Pat Diesel.
Yeah, it might be Deisel, actually, Deisel. I'm not sure. It might be Deisel.
Diesel.
Let me see, because we still have Fuller on the bench as a catcher. Let's see. With a little bit of baseball and sleight of hand magic, the baseball cards disappear and disappear. Yeah, so actually, I do a routine. It's kind of called like baseball aces, and yeah, so I do that, and I do something similar with coins, and everything's in a diamond shape, and they like move around the diamond and stuff like that. It's really, really visual, but good idea, Sean. Maybe sometime I go to a Sabre convention, or whatever, do a bit of magic for them. I think they might like it. Baseball related magic. Yeah. Make things vanish and appear inside a sealed like package of baseball cards and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You know what? Let's just go with it. Let's go with it because there's 2 down. There's 2 down. I mean, it's a 1-1 tie, so let me see. It's probably a shitty reason. Yeah, bad idea. Anyhow, he grounded out to second. So at least he grounded out to every position now in the infield except first. Right. So that's not bad, right? Anyhow, I know.
Top of the ninth, still steak eyes.
Oh my God, I know, right? It's okay.
This game may go a while.
Top of the ninth. All right, Lave Wyndham is still strong, and he's going to face Fred Brown here. John Malarkey waits on deck. Brown last time flew out to left. Here's the wind and the pitch, and this is a control 7, and we got a leadoff walk. So maybe this is going to be it. Maybe this is going to be the catalyst. No speed. Do we want to do a pinch runner? Because we can certainly do that as well. Let's see. Does Boston want a pinch runner? They're calling for well, we don't have a pinch hitter. We got to batter up. What's Boston want to do? That was a mistake I made. No. Now, let's see if they have any speed on the bench, though. Any kind of... So we need some speed. Speed is what we need. They don't... no speed really to... Well, Klobuchar? Yeah. Red... but it's the pitchers. Pat Moran... No. Nope. Let's just swing away. And this is a 7. I know Ken Castro, he would have them run them all over the place, though, which is cool.
Speed and more speed.
Right, yeah. So this is a left-right 3. Handedness again. So we got a righty-right. No, we got a lefty-righty, so we're good. And this is a grounder second double play. How about that? So 4-6-3
cannot get anything going.
I know, man. 4-6-3 double play on this one, right? Bam. So 2 outs for Ed Greminger. Greminger with a double in this game. And this is going to be a batter 9 and grounder to short to end the inning.
Bottom of the ninth.
Well, luckily you can say the game in this because that might be what we have to do. Holy shit.
It just keeps on going.
All right. Vic Willis is fatigued, but you can still see he's showing in orange as opposed to red. So that's good.
Staying in there, dang it.
And manager says no pinch hitter, so he's going to stick with his ace. All right. Jimmy Schecker, dangerous hitter. Bad Bill Donlin is on deck. And this is going to be a defense check to third. This should just be a grounder. Yep, grounder to third. Oh, sweet Jesus. Mary and Joseph. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Mary and Joseph.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, right? All right, Bad Bill Donlin. We're not going to...
coming out of both of us.
We're not going to pinch hit for Bad Bill, even though it's saying to. I don't want to pinch hit for him. Whew. All right, here we go. 7. Batter 9. And this one is going to be a grounder to short. Yeah, this is definitely Iowa Baseball Confederacy now.
Yeah.
All right. Yui Hearn. Can Yui Hearn walk it off? Probably not. Nope.
2 outs, bottom of the ninth.
Not fly outs left. We got extras.
Extra innings. Hope you got no plans, or hope you got some enough time for breakfast.
Damn. Okay. Oh, extra inning games. Then there's no. See, you can't you can't just play to end the game, obviously, because it's cards and dice deal here. So that's all right. We'll keep playing. I'll keep playing. I don't have to work till Monday at 3. So, all right. Jean de Montreville is up. There's an 8, and this is a left-right 2. And handedness, again, this is a lefty-righty, so we're fine. Lines it to first. Aaron, I blame you. I blame you.
Well,
No, I'm going to blame Clinton. He's the one that picked these 1902 squad.
Yeah, he picked.
We would have saved 1988. We probably would have been done by now.
Yeah, this game would have been over a long time.
All right. Wyndham is fatigued. Let's see what Brooklyn wants to do here. No relief pitcher. They're going to stay with Lave Wyndham. All right. Mike's probably long gone by now, man. He's like,
I'm out of here.
We're going to try this in out of the park baseball or something else. Could set it up, though, in this one back here another night, too. All right. Anyhow, here's Malachi. Malachi with a 10. This is batter 2, and this is 3 unassisted. See that? I'm telling you what, man.
I'm telling
This
you.
is when you love baseball, because it's 2:13 in the morning, and you're in the 10th inning, and you got a 1-1 game. And again, identical line scores, 1-4 and 1. All right, Vic Willis is up, and I don't. Let's see, we're gonna get a pinch hitter. All right, so Vic Willis's day is done.
Willis is done.
We're going to the bench, and we're gonna pick somebody that can maybe hit the damn ball a little bit. I don't know. Not a lot to go on the bench, man. That's the thing. Fred Klobadance, the pitcher, is actually. Oh, you know what? This would be perfect because he's ready in AADA. We can let him pinch hit and stay in the game. This is actually a happy accident. Why not? We have a good hitting pitcher. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Yeah, let's do it. So let's go to bench and current batter, and we're going to pinch hit, and we're going to pick up Fred here. Where is he? Come here, Fred. Pinch hitter. Look at that, man. AADA. Got to do it. Make changes. Yep. There we go. All right. So now we got a pitcher batting with 2 down because the manager wanted the pinch hitter. So we'll do that. And fly ball to center. And this is a 9, and it is a F8. And that will end the inning.
Damn it.
Damn. All right. Now they're going to start yelling at me here. Okay. So alter lineup, and Fred Klobadance is going to stay in here. Change position, and he's a pitcher. Boink. Okay. And save. And, and there we go. So Vic Willis, okay, so Fred Klobadance, and we're going to keep his, and he's got a good fatigue rating, so he's fine. All right, bottom of the 10th. Here's Tom McCreary. I've got to check with the manager each time. He says no pinch hitter. Okay. He's calling for a bunt, but 50-50 chance. Roll for rain out, says Sean. Love it.
Roll for a rain out. There you go.
Ground ball back to the pitcher.
The God said no.
This is gonna be a 1-3. That's out number 1. Son of a bitch. There's my Italian grandpa would say. Yeah. All right, fly ball to left. And there's no okay. Forgot to hit the hot spot here. There we go. And this is an 8, and this will fly to left. Whew. Okay. So quickly 2 outs brings up Lave. I don't think they're going to leave Lave in the game. The manager says no pinch hitter. All right. Batter 4, grounder to short. Holy hell. I don't know if did I ever have an extra inning in this game? I don't know. All right. We go to the 11th. All right. Lave Wyndham will face Duff Cooley here. So Cooley he's struck out twice, grounded out, walked, intentionally walked. Here we go. And this is control 12. And he hits him. We got a hit batsman. We got a hit batsman, baby.
Wrong time of game for that.
And we got speed on the base paths. Here we go. Hell yeah, we're stealing with Duff Cooley. Let's go. Yes.
Let's go.
And he is safe. Runner in scoring position.
Nobody out.
Let me see. Is Boston want to try for a steal of third? Oh my God! I want to. Oh shit. Okay. So put a ghost runner on. All right, Cousin Ken. I'm gonna put Cousin Ken we're gonna put him on the hot spot here. Cousin Ken, we got some good speed here at second. We got a couple choices that we could try here. Obviously, we could try for a straight steal of third. We could try for a sack. Try for a hit and run. Hit and run's weird in this game, but we can try it. So let's see what Cousin Ken says. Try to roll for a rain out here. But damn, the rain out die is gone. It must be a bug.
The skies must not be. Although, wasn't there because back in those days they were only.
Yes. So there were games that were called because of impending darkness.
It was dark, yeah.
All right, Ken's calling for sacrifice. The sacrifice of the runner on second. All right, we can do that. We can do that. All right, and we're going to roll off the red die. And this is an 8. And the runner's advanced. So this is going to be, nice job.
Third, right. One out.
Nice job. Yep. So we got us a G3, 1 advance. So 1-3, we'll call it or 3-1, whatever. I just want to make the damn runner go one more base. Yeah. That's all I care about. Okay. Now, what do we got up here? All right. So Lave Williams is fatigued. Let's check here. And so Brooklyn is calling for reliever. So we got to go to the bullpen. All right. So now we got to look here for at least somebody with a preponderance of Bs. We got a B. So Frank Kitson looks like the best choice here. So Frank Kitson is going to come on, and we're just going to leave his fatigue where it is. All right, we got a runner on third, 1 down for Pat Carney. Boston is calling for a pinch hitter. Okay, so let's go to the bench. What do we got here? Because this you just need a base. You just need to hit somewhere. Somebody hit somewhere.
Come through in the clutch.
Well, we got to still play the bottom of the 11th.
True.
Boy, they don't got shit here on the bench, man. Damn it. So we got Ernie Courtney. Do we want because we got to remember? Okay, we got a righty on the mound, so we want a lefty here. So we got Ernie Courtney, Bob Dresser. So we got another pitcher that can hit. Just looking at the lefties we have here. Herman Long. Oh, my God. We forgot about Herman Long. Let's bring in Herman Long. Holy shit. Yeah. So he's going to pinch hit. Playing for baseball, you have to roll every half inning and extra innings to see if a game is called for darkness. That's cool. I wonder if he'll ever add that to this. That would be nice.
What is it?
He said, so Ken says in the Pine Tar baseball game, which I don't see anybody playing anymore, and I was really attracted to that game. I don't know if you can still buy it if it's still around. That's one I wanted to try when I was back in Europe because they do have some old time seasons. He says every half inning you have to roll for darkness. So like a dead ball. And there were games called because of impending darkness. And in fact,
most games were in the daytime.
There was a famous incident in Wrigley Field in 1938. So 1938 in Major League Baseball, that's the first year of night baseball. Cincinnati, right? But This game was played Pirates and Cubs in 1938, and Gabby Hartnett's famous homer in the Gloamin'. So they couldn't tell whether it was like a fair ball, a home run or foul ball. They called it a home run, and so. But there were games called because of impending darkness. Really funny stuff. Sean says he's got time or Pine Tar. Can't remember if he ever played it through though. It looks cool. It's a nice looking game, but I thought somebody told me it wasn't available anymore. All right, so we're going to bring in Herman Long. I mean, here's this great player sitting on the bench all the time, although he's past his greatness. Oh, I'm going to make the change for Pat Carney, and let's make changes. All right. Okay, Herman Long needs a single. We got to get Sean. We need some mojo here. We got one down, fast runner at third. Right, we got 2 chances to break this tie.
Knock them in.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Herman Long, batting lefty here against a righty. Oh, man, I can't believe it. It's a strikeout.
Oh, no.
Son of a bitch.
2 outs.
2 outs, batter up, and it's Fred Brown. Okay, no, yeah, you say no pinch hitter. Oh, they're talking about a steal of home? Are you nuts? With 2 outs?
With 2 outs?
Dude, seriously, not the Ken Castro might be crazy enough. Maybe they did that shit in the 19th century, but I don't know, man. I don't want to squeeze with a nah.
Especially if he misses.
Oh my!
Then you got a problem.
Look at Sean. Sean says, "Dude, Sean, we'll be here for 29 more innings if I try to squeeze him home, dude." I know it would be an epic ending, but okay, let's just see here. I mean, he technically could. All right, we have 1 vote for attempted steal of home. Again, we're in the top of the 11, so Brooklyn does get 3 more outs. Okay, Sean says yes. So we got 1 vote. What are you going to vote, Aaron? Should we try to steal home with 2 outs?
Well, if you try it, you run the risk of running them out of the inning.
Exactly.
You don't want to take the chance.
I know, right?
I mean, now if you had nobody out or whereabouts, then yeah, you could steal home all you want. But
so Boston does not want to steal.
No.
Sean says yes. You say no. And he still shoot. Ken says go for it. All right. Here we go.
Oh,
there's no turning back, baby.
You can't turn back now.
Oh my God. Here we go. I can't believe this shit.
The moment of truth is upon us.
Are you sure I want to steal home? Yes. He's out. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God.
I told you. He is out.
Oh my God.
Bottom of the 11th, still tied at 1.
Oh man.
And the Boo Birds are in full flight.
He's out. He's out. Oh my God.
The Boo Birds are in flight.
Damn. All right, so Sean and Ken are going to be real damn quiet now. Oh man, this isn't even a long stream yet. Though. This is only 2 hours and 48 minutes. All right, let me see who did what here. Okay, so Herman Long. I want Herman Long to stay in, but that means he's just gonna have. Well, shit. I'm gonna have to bat the pitcher in the 3rd spot. Is what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So, what are we gonna do here? We got to bring in Bob Dresser, I think. That's right. I can't drag him over. So I think Herman Long. Can I get him? I got to sit his ass down. So it's gonna yell at me. Okay, I'm trying to change Herman Long. He's playing pinch hit. Rated ball. If he selects a position he's not qualified for, there will be defense 1. It doesn't matter. I'm taking him out of the game.
Right.
So we'll just leave him as a DH, and then we'll. I can't make this change. Son of a bitch. Okay, hang on. I got to get Herman Long out of there. So we'll say he's playing shortstop. I guess I don't know. What's his putting to kick the shortstop out? Okay, no, it hasn't kicked the shortstop out yet. Okay, nice. Now I need to okay, so if I save lineup, I have an illegal lineup. No shit. Okay. I need to bring in Sammy or Charlie. No, Bob, what's his face? Okay, can I change his position? Please select only a batter in the lineup. Oh my God, how do I get rid of him? Can I get out of this? I must finish my substitutions. I'm trying. Shit. Shit. How do I get this pitcher over here? You guys. Can't believe you guys. All right. So I can change position. So can I make him a... Yeah, so I'll make him a... I know what I'll do. So make him a pitcher. Save lineup. I have an illegal lineup. Why do I have an illegal lineup? Because I have 2 pitchers. So Klobodance has to come out. How do I fix this? Oh my God, if I run into something you can't fix. Ooh, shit. How do I fix this?
Damn.
So Ken Castro trying to get out of it. He says, we're delirious at this hour. You shouldn't listen to us, bro. It's dark there. Call it. I think we will. I think we'll just call this game. Besides, I don't know how to fix this. I have no idea.
We're stuck.
We are stuck because I don't know how to bring a pitcher in because he's yelling at me to, all right, let me see, because I can't leave him as a DH. Got to be a way to figure, there's got to be a way to do this, okay? So choose position. So I can't make this change. So you know what? I have to report this to him because there's no way to do this. That sucks. We got to call the game. You bastard.
You bastards.
Yeah, it is. There's no way. So here's how you deal with that. Here's how you deal with that. You go boop. You just close all the damn windows. That's all you do, man.
Closed.
Theoretically. Oh my God. So wow. You guys still here?
Yeah.
It's not letting me out. I've got to go to the task manager and kill it.
It's not even letting you out. Like you better get
wow, dude. Well, it's just something that I guess didn't happen there, right? Okay, so task manager and what the hell? I hate the task manager jumps all over the damn place.
Oh man, I know. Especially if you got so many tasks going at once.
I know.
That or,
Actually, PC Baseball sitting there saying, dude, the pocket pennant run is fun. I just, it's still, there's still some things that got to be ironed out.
Some things.
So there's got to be, because you can't drag and drop in this game, unfortunately. Let me try this without the whatever. Yeah, see, very even matchup game. Yeah, Mike, no kidding. No kidding. About as even as you can get. All right, let me see if I can close the parent window, if that'll kill it. Oh, my God, dude, seriously. I can't get out of the game. I can't get out of this fucking game. Holy shit. Are you kidding me? Can I close this window? Oh, my God, it won't let me out. So any other game, back in the old days, this game would just crash. Now it's like, now he made it too rock solid.
Crashing is not going to fix it. Or it's not going to stop it anymore.
It's not going to let me out, son of a bitch. It's not going to let me out of the game.
It's like knocking on the door of the press box trying to get out.
What an ignominious end, not only to the game, but
shit.
Impending darkness, impending blah. Son of a bitch.
The game was called on account of players' indifference.
Yeah, it kind of called and kind of bite my arse, not you.
Bite my arse.
Game. God bless it.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I don't even know where the hell this is because everything's jumping all over the place. I just want to end the process is all I want to do. All right, so processes. There we go. There we go.
There it is.
End task. Go away. I must finish. No, I'm not going to bite me. All right. And don't anybody even say, oh, we'll put those two teams up in action PC. No. We're done. We're done. No more baseball for me. Bite me, Sean.
You could. Well, I mean, you keep on hitting do a sim and just let it go. Bloop, bloop, done.
Yeah.
Matter of.
It would be fun though to set up two teams, and it'd be super easy to do. We're not going to do it tonight,
right?
But it would be fun to just set up a schedule and just let another bank. I mean, obviously this game isn't built for that, but wasn't even matchup. Mike is right. So still a good game. It's got to work on that. And so, yeah, it's like the pinch hitting thing. I need to fix my lineup. So this was fun though, guys. It was fun. I had fun. And there's still 8 masochists here. That's pretty amazing. Yeah. pretty amazing.
Night owls unite. Hoot hoot.
So, guys, next Tuesday or Wednesday, depending upon whichever day's the release date, we'll be doing Action PC 2025 and looking at new thingies and stuffies for that.
I wonder what they're going to add to that.
Oh, well, I can tell you what they're going to add to it. So they're going to be doing a chalkboard. It's the first upgrade of the chalkboard. So the animated part of the game in 15 years.
Wow.
Here, well, since because other people might want to know, so I will tell you because I'm going to just cheat and read it really quickly. Okay. Action PC baseball DK Sports. Let's just do DK Sports because I don't really feel like going to the damn forums.
My speed stink pronounces his name wrong. It says Koch.
Yeah. Yeah, and he says it's Cook, so it must be Cook. All right, baseball. All right, so here's what's coming up, guys. Video chalkboard. Our biggest chalkboard upgrade in over 15 years includes more variety and smoother chalkboard action. Also, chalkboard displays are more closely tied to player ratings, so base running, arm, range, pitch speed. So that should be interesting. Roster screen. This one I like. New display tabs include batter and pitcher manager tabs. So this is right in the roster screen. So for batters and pitchers, these new manager tabs display frequently used player manager settings. The pitcher tabs includes starting rotation spot, closer setup, and other relief role settings, earned run, pull settings, and more. I think that's really a nice addition. Batter displays position depth, batting slot preference. Again, really cool, I think. Pinch hit usage, batting restrictions, late inning defense settings, and more. So they're adding more now to this, which is nice, more informational things, getting more into that out of the park baseball area. They've also added several useful display items such as manager's email address. That's if you're playing, like, there's a baseball card button, whatever, but So baseball cards, this is just more cosmetic. Popular baseball card display is now available via the roster screen. Click the baseball cards button to view and scroll through all players based on your current display. View all your home run hitters, top OPS batters, ERA leaders, or whatever you prefer. So this is kind of, again, more in line now with an out-of-the-park baseball thing. Because if you look at statistics leaders, and it's really sharp looking. Game screen. New game screen lineup design options are available. This is nice. With a variety of color schemes, including team color options. We've also added optional inning outs display above the play call box, which is really nice. One-click option to switch between short and long range or short and long play-by-play, which I don't care about because I don't look at it. New locations and display sizes for pitch speed, pitcher batting alerts, and more. Pretty cool. DKS ratings and salary value. So for people that play maybe in leagues or you're doing a draft league, and you can set up drafts in Action PC Baseball and limit. You can set like a $1 limit. So overall player rating and salary value formulas have been redesigned. Also, WAR stats have been created using real stats, era data, left-right park adjustments, and DKS player ratings, so range, arm, base running, etc. Note that the overall rating, salary value, and WAR stats are provided for display and comparison purposes only, and are not used in generating play results. I think this is a way so where he's trying to make the game more transparent, because if we pick a player, and we'll just pick Ken Keltner because we can. So these ratings here, these don't, so the game isn't going to look at these ratings. This is my understanding from Steve Tate and from others. The game generates these ratings based on stats. So that gives players, right here, so you see Kenny Keltner's a fly plus and a spray hitter. He's a 7 base runner. He doesn't get a good jump though. For a bunt for hit, he's rated 7, so on and so forth. So this just gives you a kind of quick way to sort of look at the rate at what kind of player he is in terms of rating, but it doesn't use the ratings to determine the plays. If that makes any sense at all, I hope it does. And if it doesn't, then, well, I'm not the guy that programmed the game. Draft, the computer general manager has been updated, and the computer general manager is actually very good in this game too. It's been updated to build a better roster based on your GM settings. So this is actually pretty significant because there have been and still continue to be questions about how well this game drafted. I thought it did okay with the baseball history collection, but we ran into a couple in the original McGreevy. But anyhow, GM setting has been added to age preference, young. They lean toward young players or no preference. Also, display filters and options have been added to the draft screen, which I think is nice. Computer manager updates. Pinch hitter and pinch runner selections have been improved, and pitcher pools and usage are more closely tied to player manager ratings. So you can really get in and start tweaking around even more with this thing. Internet play, we'll see. It didn't really work for a while last year, so we'll see about that. It's supposed to be better playing speed, updated chat box. It worked with Action PC 2023 really nicely, and it didn't work so well with this one, at least early in the year. But I haven't had anybody to try it lately. So, estimated vintage stats. This is really important. If this works out, this is going to be a boon for those of us that play dead ball baseball and 19th century baseball. So caught stealing and grounded into double play stats are automatically created for players who played before these stats were tracked. So obviously they've got to use some math to make that happen, and I'm fine with that. Entry system. If this works, this is a great addition. The injury system has been redesigned with more realistic injury frequencies, duration of injury, and how injuries occurred during a game. New injury reports include details as to when pitching, batting, fielding, diving, wall crashing, and how an injury occurred, how many days will be missed, and the return from the injury date. I like it because there were a lot of injuries, I know, and I'm not in the Fields of Dreams League anymore, but it seemed like there was a lot, and I'm hoping that there's going to be some change there and toward the good. Team information report available via the organize and modify your team menus. This new report displays all team and manager data information, manager information. So this is good for league commissioners. And then there's more stuff. But I think the video chalkboard, the roster screen, though, I mean, I'm hoping the video chalkboard is going to look better. I'm sure it will. But the roster screen, the additional tabs and stuff, and being able to put like batter preference in a lineup and stuff like that, I think is going to be really cool. Now, do remember, I think that's more helpful for a draft league or a what if league because Action PC seasons are as played. So as played schedules, and I'm assuming also as played lineups.
Yeah.
I haven't. What's funny is I have all the seasons for this, but I re-got the seasons. And I have to actually install them. So some of the seasons I didn't install yet. But that's going to be out. When's the project? Because I already ordered this damn thing. So I'm trying to remember when's it come out. Projected release date is December 18th. So that'll be Wednesday, gentlemen, a week before Christmas.
Gosh.
Yep.
Christmas is almost here for
the internet play, Mike, is actually really nice. It uses LogMe and Hamachi of all things. I know that's old school, but Steve Tate and I a couple years ago did a bunch. We did a series of because I think we're split at 6 wins, 6 losses each. We were playing all-time great Tigers team against all-time great Pirates. Or no, it was 1934 Cardinals and Tigers. We were doing the World Series from 1934. And the internet play, when it works, is really nice. And in fact, they have a way where you can find each other really, really simply. And what's really cool about it, Mike, is that you can be playing on your screen. I can be playing on mine. We can't see what choices we're making. And it's streamable that way, too. When it works great. But last year, it had all kinds of issues. So while it does use LogMe and Hamachi, which I don't know that anybody even really uses that anymore, it did work well with this game. So, as long as and the person who's hosting the game, as long as that person has whatever the seasons, then the person who's visiting, right, the visiting player or whatever, would have access then for that game. Kind of like if you play Talisman on Steam and somebody has all the expansions, then if you have another player just has the base game, in that game you can play with all the expansions. So that's really, really cool. It will use the we noticed in a stream that it's going to use the host's ballpark image. So you know, if you want to definitely make sure you're both using the same ballpark image, or you get some weird, strange results as far as just the way to look, not the plays. But it works nicely. And again, you know, this game has not it's not as, but it's a pretty damn complex game. There's a lot of moving parts in this game too. So anything I think that Dave can do to make this a little bit more friendly is always a good thing, because that's something Out of the Park has been striving to do for a long time, and they've come a long way. I mean, you know, I've brought up Out of the Park 8 a couple times on this channel, and if you remember what Out of the Park used to look like, it was not terribly intuitive, and gave rise to games like Pure Sim Baseball, which tried to have a more transparent user interface. But Out of the Park's user interface now, I think, is wonderful. So Sean says, all I care about is computer manager improvements. Computer needs to stop bringing in dog relief pitchers too soon. It calls the game below too early. Also, pinch hitters should go by on OBP first or average first. So I think what they're offering here too, Sean, and I mean, I think you bring up a good point, is that you're going to be able to dig a lot deeper. And so that manager's going to make, you know, I mean, hopefully, so he's saying they're making changes to computer managers, but also then what you do, and I guess go deeper, because as we saw in Out of the Park Baseball, you can manage like steal frequency for base runners and stuff, which you still can't do that here yet. Maybe next Wednesday that changes. We'll see. But still, I still think this is an excellent game. It's one of my favorite digital baseball games. So Out of the Park, this, Baseball for Windows, Diamond Mind are my top 4. And I mean, Pocket Pennant Run's getting there. I love it. But as we saw tonight, there are still some things that have to be done, and I've got to submit a report. It's like, okay, you've created a situation where I can't get out of here. So please fix it. Either that or look at Paul Fay's videos. But yeah, I mean, there's no perfect baseball game. Let's face it. I mean, even real baseball isn't perfect. So, but I get where you're coming from, Sean. The more I've played a lot more Out of the Park Baseball this year than I have Action PC, and I was buying in for a time that this was quote unquote better for single season replay. I don't buy into that anymore. I'm kind of back to, look, Out of the Park does it. I mean, I think this is very good for single season replay. In fact, it's not built for career play, because you guys that are in Fields of Dreams League, you've got to advance a player a year or take him back, which is a neat thing. But Out of the Park Baseball, right, you know, is so perfect for career play. And as Mike has demonstrated here and talked about, it's great. It's great. And in fact, you have all those options. You can set Out of the Park to do a strict replay, and it will do it. I usually don't play it that way, though, but you can. So Mike says, I want to see a test with some random season to replays with all these games. Absolutely. So I did one with 1967, Mike, and the only one, weirdly, I never got around to was Out of the Park Baseball. So I did it in Action PC. I did it in Dombrov. I did it in Baseball Mogul. I did it in Pure Sim, and I did it in Strategy Baseball, and I did it in Baseball for Windows. So, but I think that would be really, really fun to do. Set up a season that everybody likes, and let's compare. Interestingly enough, Baseball Mogul, as much as we do slam it around, because Clay, you need to bring season ticket baseball. Just make it digital, please. Baseball Mogul's getting a bit long in the tooth now, dude. Baseball Mogul end of season results was actually superb. I was like, whoa. It was the only instance in which Carl Yastrzemski won the Triple Crown. So Mike says, I want to see league results of average OPS, SIG, runs per game, strikeout rate. Yeah, I totally with you. It's always great. And again, I mean, you know, you would have to do this right for each game, you would have to get a control. What would be a good number of times you would replay the season per game? So, in other words, like let's say we did 1986 in Action PC Baseball. Well, how many times we want to run through that season to say, okay, this is what we can say. This is what Action PC is going to do. Now we're going to set up that same thing in Out of the Park Baseball, in Baseball for Windows, whatever. So you think even once would be revealing, okay? Because 1967 was interesting. Baseball Mogul did a really. We were all shocked. It was like, whoa! It was really, really shocked. And this is a game I rarely play. I used to buy it every year, but not anymore. So Sean says, Mike, the stats can come out right in terms of totals, but there's so odd and stupid things happening. He says, going through the replays. With which game, Sean? Are you talking about this one, or are you talking about Out of the Park? So Mike says, Out of the Park will be within plus or 1 point on league batting average. Oh, yeah, Out of the Park is close. Now, the only thing, again, I didn't do 1967 Out of the Park. Something came up that I couldn't get to it. That's the only game I didn't test 1967 on that I have. And I couldn't do Diamond Mine because I don't have the 1967 season for Diamond Mine. That's the only baseball game that I don't have that season. And we didn't try it in old-time baseball because that game is just to set up all the managers right in that thing to get rid of the off-the-wall singles. It just wasn't worth it. But anyhow, Mike also says, but I know someone on Out of the Park boards did some tests like that with one of these other games. And the league batting average is off, he says, by 10 points. Sean, answering my questions, is multiple games, pitchers will allow more hits than innings pitched and or boatloads of walks will most of the time pitch terrible even if they had good earned run averages, he says. No, that's what you're experiencing, Sean. Again, what I'm hoping is that with, if Mike is still willing to do some of these deep dives into Out of the Park Baseball, maybe. I know Steve Tate has done a lot with Action PC. I would never, ever pretend to be able to do a deep dive with either of these games. I know enough that I can play the things I want, but certainly the more I can learn about, these two are super, super complex. I would say the game I'm best at and can get really deep with is Baseball for Windows. But as far as Action PC and Out of the Park Baseball, I am I'm still a noob, even though I've been playing this since 2017, and I've been playing Out of the Park since 1999. So, and I'm still an utter newbie. So yeah, there we go. Aaron, any what are you thinking of the December meetings? You've been following those in baseball? I think Aaron fell asleep. We'll sing Aaron to sleep here by putting on Ernie Harwell. All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it. I realize it's Saturday. Well, I still call it nighttime because it's dark. It's Sunday morning. So Sean says it doesn't anger him anymore. What angers him is not enough Canadians playing sim sports. I get that, man. Yeah, I get that definitely. I know living in the Netherlands, man, it was like, Ireland, it's like kind of the same thing, but the Netherlands, it was all about football, and I don't mean American football. It was like football. It's like, oh my God, just kill me now. I'm sorry, but I can't abide it. I can't abide it. So trying to get a bunch of Dutchies to play baseball, and they do have professional baseball there. But yeah. Aaron, I'm gonna boot you off the stream because I think you fell asleep, dude. So if you're still here, you can type something in the chat. So thanks for coming in, Aaron. You're awesome. I don't want to kick him from the studio. Yeah, I will. I don't want to ban him. I'm just kick him. If you want to prevent this person from rejoining, you should ban them. No, I'm just gonna kick him. Bang! There, he's out. Yeah, Macho Man kicked the shit out of Aaron. How about it? Whew. Yep. Yeah, he's out. He is out. Well, this was fun. And we are at 3 hours and 14 minutes. And I think that's good. 2 ball games. It's too bad the other one did not end the way it ended. So I guess that's it. Thanks to Sean. Thanks to Mike Garlon. Again, Mike, thank you a billion times over for everything. And now this other idea, let's try this picking 2 teams, and which a game we know will end. Because if this crashes, you can just pick it right back up. So no big deal. Because I think it'd be fun to see it maybe outside a game that you don't play a lot either, and then do it in out of the park baseball. Cousin Ken Castro, who is he took off a long time ago. It's a great stream. He is the heart and soul of this channel. Thank you, cousin. Just doing really quickly here, and then we'll catch some ending comments. Robert was here, RJO Network. Subscribe to that channel. Clinton Parks, who we hope will start broadcasting again someday. Midlife Crisis was here. John DFW, thank you for coming in as well. And going way back, Aaron Reed, who we know fell asleep. I think we pretty much got everybody. No, we had a new feller here tonight. Where'd he go? So I don't want to miss him because that's rude. Jeff Hunter was here. Will Swangle. Will, hope you'll come back. If you're jumping into Action PC and you're an out of park player and Digital Diamonds, you'll be right at home here. So Ken Castro was first one here tonight. All right. Yeah, we did. New guy tonight. Will Swingle was here. So that was really cool. He just bought. This will be his first time playing Action PC. He just pre-ordered it. So he was an out of the park and Digital Diamond player. So adding Action PC to his arsenal. So that's good. Worthy game. Yeah. All right, gents. Till next time. Tomorrow night's probably going to be back to 1893. Well, 1911 and 1893. So until then, be cool. And hopefully if Mike's on when we're doing the out of the park part of things, because I usually don't have anybody on when Ernie's calling the game, we'll maybe set something up in a baseball game, 2 teams, same year, set up a schedule, and let them go through, and let's see how that works. All right, guys, take care, and see you hopefully tomorrow night. Good night.